see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, there was one year that I asked for and did, in fact, receive a skank for Christmas, but that was a different thing. I wanted a skank for Christmas, and...
Was that a good Christmas for you?
It was.
A memorable?
It was a Christmas in New York. and I did, in fact, get a skank for Christmas, but that was a different kind of skank.
Mm.
Hi. You know, I'm sure Loverboy has a Christmas song.
Loverboy?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a Loverboy birthday today?
It is a Loverboy birthday today.
Oh. Mike Reno? Is it Mike Reno's birthday? He's the only Loverboy name I know.
Doug Johnson, the keyboardist for Loverboy. He stood there at the keyboards going, you know, one chord all the time.
I kind of have a soft spot for Loverboy.
Why?
It's a Kaja Gugu probably had a Christmas song.
I doubt it.
Shy, shy.
I think, no, they were on Do They Know It's Christmas?
Were they?
You know, the big...
How would you know that?
Was it Kaja Gugu there?
Yeah.
How would you know that?
Because I know that sort of thing.
Dumb stuff like that. I know dumb stuff.
Couldn't help my son with his math last night, but I know that.
That's a little good. Yeah, that's about...
Carry the Kaja Gugu. Move the decimal right over here, and it becomes Kaja Gugu.
Subtract one limal from...
And the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band certainly has Christmas music.
Maybe.
Yeah. Those are the only... usually I write down a bunch of... That's the only... Oh, Phil Oak's birthday today. He's not dead. I'll be damned.
No.
Dead?
Well, he's only born in 1940. Phil Oak's really actually a very influential anti-war folk singer.
Turn me loose.
Wow.
Loverboy.
I was just going to say, I was looking for a keyboard-intensive Loverboy song, and
God, how would you know?
I found that.
How would you know?
I was looking at them.
Mm.
See?
Yeah, see, there it is, one chord. It just holds the keys down.
He moved his finger from here to here.
Yeah.
Very pivotal.
Just holds the keys down, and there you go. Oh, this is terrible.
Shut up about Loverboy.
Okay.
Looking for the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, man. So.
Oh, loving every minute of it.
Wow. Okay.
Loving every minute of it. Yeah, I know that song.
The Kid's Hot Tonight.
Very good.
I don't know that one. I don't think. I'm surprised I know two Loverboy songs. I think those two, Working for the Weekend and Loving Every Minute. Is that, yeah, have I got that right? Yeah. Loving every minute of it. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Hi. How's it going?
Sup?
Yeah, sup?
I got a late night DM from Sammy Brew saying,
"Hi, Mom. How's it going?"
Santa, what?
Little Sammy Brew. How old is Sammy now?
I don't. 17.
17?
17 or 18, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's he's not actually an Ogden boy, is he? He's like Clinton or...
No, he's Ogden. Yeah.
And Richie's here. I had a dream about... Richie was in my dream last night.
He was in my dream, too.
As were... I think maybe Dylan.
So he's officially Freddy Krueger now.
Well, you know what? It was weird because he kept setting himself on fire. Which...
Is that a metaphor?
Watch this, he'd go.
Which is part of Freddy Krueger's origin.
Yeah, watch this, he'd say. And there was a gas stove, and he'd light his sport coat on fire. And I'd say, "Would you stop it, you dumb ass?" And he'd go, "No, I'm okay. I can do it."
No, watch. Gina, you sent the message at 1:30 in the morning
to
all of us.
I was up with my daughter.
Yeah, so why would you send it to us at 1:30 in the morning?
I mean, we need to know about it, but 1:30, that's...
Don't do that.
Why?
What if I would have woken... what if you would have woken
fortunately,
Carrie up?
my phone was off. But,
you should always turn your phone off at night.
But sometimes...
I was up. My daughter had so much homework last night. She was still up at 1:30, and she was stressing about it, so I stayed up with her. And I thought, well, I'll let them know that I...
So what time does your husband get up in the morning?
I don't know, 6?
Yeah. And what time do you usually get up in the morning?
I know where you're going with this. It
behooves the person who gets up.
I didn't stay up with her. I woke up to hear her crying in the other room, and I got up and went in there.
And you know what? When I hear my kid crying in the other room at 1:30 in the morning, shut up! I'm trying to sleep.
I went in and comforted her
Nope.
and helped her.
It's just two different ways of parenting.
And then I looked at my phone and I hadn't seen the message from Sammy earlier, and so sorry, I was up and
Don't wake up your father, my wife says. He has to get up for work in the morning. So, that's how we parent in my house.
I was being supportive and but you know what, whatever works for you.
It works for me. As a matter of fact, if I had heard your daughter crying, I would have told her to go back to bed because her mother needs to get up and go to work. So anyway.
And what people don't see is ever since Bill yelled, Dylan in the other room has curled into the corner and it's just shivering.
Position. It's lucky he's not related to me.
Yeah.
He turned into a fine young man because I divorced his mother.
In spite of you.
Excuse me. His mother divorced me. All right, we ought to officially begin the program.
All right.
Check-ins. Hush.
All right.
Officially begin the program, 877-602-9696. If you have a mind to check in with a Radio from Hell show, do that. It lets us know that you're out there. I'm going to have my Mill Creek coffee while you get the phones going and checking in, and tell us maybe in 3 words or less while I have my Mill Creek coffee. Did I mention I was going to have Mill Creek coffee while you're doing this? What does the future hold for you? In 3 words or less, what do you think the future holds for you? 877-602-9696. What do you think the future holds for you?
All right.
Perhaps it holds financial security.
Randlife.com.
Yeah.
Perhaps it holds you paying off your high-interest credit card debt.
Check with Rand Life and see if you can do that. If you go to randlife.com or call them at 801-478-4500. They can tell you if you own a home, if you've owned it for at least a year, you probably have some equity built up in that home. Check with a Rand Life debt consolidation specialist. They'll talk with you a little bit about it. They'll run some numbers. They'll say, let's do an appraisal. And they can do a free appraisal, $400 credit on that, and they'll say, look at that, at that, you have equity. We can refinance, and you can use that money to maybe pay off a high interest credit card, get some money to maybe make some purchases for a vacation, or maybe you have other debts that you want to pay off. So call Rand Life, 801-478-4500. That's 478-4500 or randlife.com.
X96, Downtown Alliance, and The Gateway present Salt Lake's biggest and funnest New Year's Eve celebration.
Most
Why
of
do
the
you
world.
discount bird flu?
Because that sounds too nice. It's going to be.
How about avian flu? You feel better about avian flu?
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it
call it-
sounds. I don't know.
Swine flu. You think swine flu?
The Hong Kong flu, the Asian flu. What was the one that there was the big
The
epidemic?
Spanish flu.
Was it the one? Was that the one that killed a
Yeah.
lot of people in the early part of the century? I mean, really, in America, it killed hundreds and
Spanish
hundreds
flu.
of people. That sounds meaner. Spanish flu.
Don't you laugh at the? You're gonna remember we have a storage room in our house. It's full of toilet paper, just in case.
Just in
Because it
case?
causes such
The birds-
horrible diarrhea.
That's you're
why.
gonna run out of stuff, and you're gonna come knocking on my
I
door.
need toilet paper.
Is that the first thing you grab when you loot the store?
When you have
When you loot the store,
not
you run to the
bottled
toilet
water,
paper?
not medicine.
Yeah.
Because you don't think about toilet paper.
Help! Yeah.
I've got coffee filters. I don't
Yeah.
need...
I've got coffee filter.
Yeah, you don't need toilet paper if you've got plenty of coffee filters.
That'll stop up your pipes. Don't put coffee filters.
Well, I'm
in
not
there.
flushing them.
Well, I think isn't all won't the sewage plants shut down
Yeah.
because
Why would plumbing stop?
well
It's
because
still
there won't be
flush.
anybody to operate the plumbing the sewage
I mean,
plants
for a it'll work for a time.
for a time, but you know pretty soon a post-apocalyptic world, you know, if plumbing goes too, you know.
I don't know, when the power's out, my toilet works.
I don't know. You're
It's not an electric toilet.
It will work for a while. I took a class on surviving the
Did they
zombie
talk about
apocalypse. They
toilets?
talked about this.
What did they say?
Your toilets will be okay for a while, but then the sewage treatment plant stops treating sewage because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
It'll back up.
Then it'll back up,
Yeah.
and it'll be eventually. You'll be able to go for a while.
things get ugly. You watch The Walking Dead.
That's why we're
They
gonna
never
have,
really
that's-
address where they go to the bathroom.
They don't.
Do you know what they don't address? Periods.
Oh. No,
many-
they have
have they
because when
addressed
they've been
periods?
stealing when they were stealing stuff from a store
Did they?
when they were
say give
looting.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm good because I had the hysterectomy, so that is one thing I don't have to
So you're-
worry
Is
about.
that why you had
So
it?
you're ahead. You're
My doctor
ahead.
said you don't need this. I'm like, no, in the apocalypse, I don't want to deal with having a period, so take it out.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
I'm going to blow your mind right now.
How's that?
Because that was American Dad that I played, the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their 16th season
Yeah, I never
starts
thought
in
that
January.
show would last.
16 seasons. All right.
Huh.
Okay, let's get this thing over with.
Getting this thing over with, brought to you by unlimited 1.5% cashback plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Ooh, we're getting to be very close to a full moon.
Oh,
87% full. It's, yeah.
that's damn close.
It's a full moon on the 22nd of December. But for today, the moon will rise at 3:04 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 19th day of December in the year of our Lord 2018. And this is North America's most imaginative radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell Show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer on fire of the Radio from Hell Show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal. Nick at Night is here helping out with the program today.
And it's Muhammad's birthday today.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, is
the
it?
Prophet Muhammad. Just
How many thousands of years?
He's 11.
11,000 years old.
Wow.
From the 11th century. So when did the Prophet Muhammad?
When was he around?
Yeah, when was he around?
I don't know. I should probably look, huh?
Yeah, you should.
Mohammed.
Today is my birthday, and my father said I can have anything I want.
That's an actual.
So remember, just speaking of him quickly, remember he's been carrying around the eraser
Still?
Because he wants a cell phone.
because we told him if he can be responsible with the eraser, just like Tina on Bob's Burgers, maybe he'll get his first cell phone.
And?
And he's been responsible with it.
That's
So
very good. Yeah.
I asked for a bike. I got a 48-year-old whore.
uh, 571 AD is when Muhammad was born.
So after Jesus.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the AD.
Yeah. Anno Dominio. Yeah. All
there
right.
you
Your check-ins, 877-602-9696. Call the Radio from Hell Show and tell us in 3 words or less, what do you think the future holds for you?
All right. We got a few.
Okay.
We'll start with Chase. Hello, Chase.
Hi, Chase. Good morning.
Good morning.
You ready for Christmas, Chase?
Almost.
What is it, 5? We don't usually do the countdown, but I think I heard today it's 5 days, shopping days, till Christmas. And that means you can shop on the 24th, right? Yeah, so that's 5 shopping days.
That's counting if you shop on Sunday,
Well, yeah.
Yes. There is
Otherwise,
true.
it's 4 shopping days.
Well, even here in Utah, we shop on Sunday.
We're not supposed to.
Well, but we do. Will you be shopping on Sunday, Chase?
Probably not. Not for any religious reasons, just because I'll probably have everything I need by then.
You're way too organized for me. Well, Chase, 3 words or less, what do you think the future holds for you?
Voice acting opportunities.
Voice
acting
what are your
opportunities.
specialties?
So far I'm just amateur beginner. I haven't had any opportunities yet, but I have been selected for a few roles that I've applied for.
Really?
But they don't pay yet, but experience is experience.
Yeah. What kind of things have you applied to do and been accepted for?
So far nothing such as commercialism, only random videos, fan-made videos that people have made so far that they need voices for specific roles.
Yeah, give
us an example.
Yeah, could we find you somewhere, or can you perform for us right now?
What would you like to hear?
Just whatever your specialty is.
How about this? Do you do any accents?
I can just wait on. I'm trying to do my Joker. It's been a while since I've done it.
A Joker voice?
You're not acting hard enough.
That was a pretty good Joker laugh. Yeah, I like that. Anything else?
As I said, I'm a starter, so not a lot of experience.
Well, that was pretty good, Chase. Is there somewhere? Do you have like a website that
Demo reel?
A demo reel that people can go and listen to it.
So I submit all my auditions on castingcall.club. I go by the username T-Stash if you want to find me.
T-Stash.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Chase. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Brilliant! Let's go!
That's a young guy who's really giving it a go.
He's hustling.
That's good. That's good. And he's the only one who called to check in. He's a man with a future.
It?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a man with a future.
wish I could get some voice acting job.
Carrie, you're not
I
acting
guess
hard
I'm not
enough.
doing it hard enough.
877-602-9696. We don't have much time, but if you've a mind to, check in with the Radio from Hell show. I think Chase has put you all to shame, though.
Yes. 3 words: California legal weed, frosted cinnamon roll. Thank you, Travis the Pie Man.
Are you making them, Travis? We expect a visit.
I know. Not a cat.
No, this is not a cat.
Not a cat.
What does the future hold for not a cat?
Good long naps.
So the future is just the same as it always is.
I want to look forward to good long naps.
Question for Gina: how long did he have to carry the eraser around, and how big was it? It's just a standard
Standard eraser, which is about the size of
about the size of
a
a
cell phone,
So it's
and
like
a month.
chalkboard. A month.
We're
He had
we're
to
talking
take it to school.
chalkboard eraser.
So is today the deadline?
Yeah, it's his birthday.
So you're gonna take him to get a phone?
Well, we'll just have to.
If he makes it through
If
today.
he makes it through today.
He was all worried last night. So in our house with electronics, before you go to bed, you have to plug them in our bedroom.
in your bedroom.
So that they're not,
I see.
It's so we can keep an eye on them. They're not up all night on their devices or whatever.
Looking at forbidden websites.
Well, just at anything, just staying awake. And so he's been bringing the eraser into our room every night
and plugging it in.
And plugging it in.
With plugging it into what exactly?
I mean,
a chalkboard.
He sets it near the outlet where the other thing. So he's been very responsible with the eraser.
All right. Okay, we got things that must.
Sorry, Brittany. We ran out of time.
We got things that must go coming up. Also, big boy news, opinioendo, all that's coming up. Oh, Gina, traffic! I forgot to put your music beds in here. I'm sorry.
There was a rock slide in Weber Canyon.
Oh, is this the? I thought I heard this was the same rock slide.
Oh, I don't know. There's a new one.
Canyon.
Oh, is it Ogden Canyon?
what
Did I get the canyon wrong? Let me see. I've got it right here. Oh yeah, you're right. Ogden Canyon.
It's that same place by the Pineview Spillway.
Because it's warm. And we've had some rain overnight, and I think that's loosened things up a bit. But that's the only traffic incident being reported right now. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. Yeah, we'll be back with big boy news coming up. Grove.co/X96. That's the website. Don't be confused. It's co, not com. And if you Google it, that's the first website that comes up is grove.co. A lot of somebody asked me yesterday. I went to grove. No, it's grove.co. /X96 is how you find it. And there's still time to get your Mrs. Myers exclusive offer from Grove before it runs out. I love this Iowa pine scent. We have it in the house right now. Select your favorite holiday scents, Iowa pine, peppermint, or orange clove. New customers will get the holiday set when you place your first order of $20. So you'll get the free Mrs. Myers holiday hand soap, holiday dish soap, and holiday multi-surface spray. And also a Grove Collaborative Red Cleaning Caddy and Walnut Scrubber Sponges. Plus, if you spend $39, you'll also receive free Grove stoneware tray to beautifully display your new holiday soaps. Shop Grove before this exclusive offer runs out. This stuff's going to be gone pretty soon. And for a limited time, our listeners who sign up get an amazing free Mrs. Myers holiday products, a free 60-day VIP membership, and a surprise bonus gift just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or more. So check out Grove and the special offer at grove.co/X96. You got to do that /X96 so you get the deal and we get the credit. That's grove.co, not com, /X96.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about.
I didn't do anything this week. I was such a slug this weekend.
Sometimes you need a sluggy weekend.
Good for you.
I didn't think.
Good for you.
How do you turn that off?
Alcohol.
Genius switch. How do you turn that off?
Alcohol.
What kind? What was your alcohol
Just,
of choice this weekend?
Anything I could get. Whatever was handed to me, whatever was handy. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter?
No, didn't matter.
You weren't discriminating
Nope.
about? No?
Oh, why?
I'll take some of that, sure.
Is it good wine? It's good enough.
Yeah. I'll have some of that. You bet.
And you were just handed things?
Went out to dinner.
That's the way it should be.
Went out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
You did? You did that going out on Valentine's?
Yeah.
That's brave.
Yep. Had a nice dinner at Copper Onion, and you know, pork belly should be one of the major food groups.
I agree.
It really should be.
What was the pork belly on, or was it?
No, it was just pork belly.
It was just out there being pork belly.
Pork belly with some cherries and some Brussels sprouts and turnips. You know, just kind of as a little
side
starter,
dish,
a little starter to the evening, and then
nice.
Man,
did you take in your surroundings? Did you look at the other people that chose to go out on Valentine's Day?
I
See
did.
How in love they are.
I did.
Not?
There was it was very busy. Copper Onion was very busy. I assume all the restaurants were very busy on Saturday. Did you go out on Saturday?
No.
So it was very busy. To the table to our left, two guys out on a Valentine's date.
Guys?
And then a table across from us, a guy and two girls. And they kept they were quite annoying. Because the guy kept hanging a spoon on his nose. You know how you do? You take a spoon and
little kid.
Yeah, and you hang it off the edge of your nose, or he would put it across his nose, and then he would insist on one of the girls taking a picture of him. And this kept going on, and then the spoon would slip off, and then he would just laugh uproariously.
Were these 12-year-olds?
And they thought it was funny too.
No one's ever done this before.
And it kind of went on, seemed to go on and on and on and on. And then they had the waiter take a picture of the three of them together.
Can you believe this?
It was just.
This has never happened.
And I kept trying to think, now, what kind of a Valentine's date is this?
Threesome date?
I guess. He was,
polygamy date?
Maybe he was paying for them.
That could be.
Could have been
that would explain why they were laughing at the spoon joke.
Yeah, the spoon on the nose.
They were
hilarious.
paid.
Hilarious. Spoon on the nose.
Yep.
Man, this is good. Good stuff. Good stuff. And those were the only... But mostly I was just fixated on my sweetheart sitting across the table from me as we enjoyed a delicious meal.
I'm glad you did.
on X96.
All right, 6:35. We've got Things That Must Go coming up in about 8 or so minutes. But first, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Salt Lake's biggest and most fun New Year's Eve celebration, The Last Hurrah, December 31st at the Gateway Plaza, featuring live music from Band of Annuals, DJs, dancing, indoor pop-up bar, indoor game room for the kids, beer, food trucks, fireworks, and more. Admission is free.
More?
Celebrate New Year's Eve at the Gateway's Last Hurrah, powered by Strong Volkswagen and Coors Light. Find details at lasthurrahslc.com.
I love the way the New York Times writes obituaries. Penny Marshall, the nasal-voiced co-star
Wow.
of the slapstick sitcom Laverne and Shirley, and later the chronically self-deprecating director of hit films like Big and A League of Their Own, died on Monday at her home in Los Angeles. She was 75. Her publicist, Michelle Bega, said the cause was complications of diabetes. Mrs. Marshall had in recent years been treated for lung cancer, discovered in 2009, and also treated for a brain tumor. Lung cancer and a brain tumor.
And diabetes. That's a lot.
She announced in 2013 that the cancer was in remission. Ms. Marshall became the first woman to direct a feature film that grossed more than $100 million.
That was big.
When she made Big in 1988, and it was big.
I still love that movie.
It's one of my favorite movies.
That movie, a comedy about a 12-year-old boy who magically turns into an adult, Tom Hanks, and then has to navigate the grown-up world, was as popular with critics as it was with audiences. The Washington Post said it had the zip and exuberance of a classic romantic comedy. The Los Angeles Times described it as a refreshingly grown-up comedy, directed with verve and impeccable judgment. Mr. Hanks received his first Oscar nomination for that performance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, you don't have to bring up this. Spin-off from Happy Days. 4 years later, she repeated her box office success with A League of Their Own, a sentimentally spunky comedy
I like that one too.
about a wartime women's basketball league with
Baseball.
Baseball league with an ensemble cast that included Madonna, Gina Davis, Rosie O'Donnell, and again Tom Hanks. She directed Awakenings.
Robert De Niro and Robin Williams.
Yeah. She did well for herself.
She was married to Rob Reiner.
Well, let's not bring up that unpleasantness. She was Penny Marshall. She was 75 years old. And yeah, she was in Laverne and Shirley. Hello! With Lenny and Squiggy. Michael McKean, who is brilliant on,
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. A member of Utah's Liquor Control Commission has abruptly resigned.
Oh?
This is not...
In part over potential conflicts of interest over beer licenses. It's not what?
This is not a... You made it sound like this is a scandal. It makes sense.
It's not a scandal.
It makes sense why he resigned.
It's not a scandal. It's an honorable thing for him to do.
We're surprised it happened.
Utah Department of Alcohol Beverage Control Commission Neil Berube quit. The agency announced on Tuesday. Berube, who was also CEO of Associated Foods, felt that there was too much of a conflict of interest as the DABC votes on approving off-premises beer licenses. Just to avoid any questions about conflict of interest, he graciously thought that it would be best for him to step down, said DABC Commission Chairman John Nielsen. It's a real loss. I don't think anybody was asking him to step down.
But
Berube was not present at Tuesday's commission meeting.
So the new laws are, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Yep, stupid.
Grocery stores have to get special, separate liquor licenses.
Grocery and convenience stores have to get special licenses to sell beer. You know, they've been selling beer. Grocery and convenience stores have been selling beer just fine forever.
But because he was the CEO of Associated Foods, that's a direct, that wasn't a problem before, and now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem. Let's make it a problem, shall we? Said the liquor commission. And I'm betting he on the commission said, why are we making this a problem? Hasn't been a problem before, has it?
It's the legislature that's making it.
I, however, am not a CEO of Associated Foods. I could easily step in and take his place.
Give it to Kerry Jackson.
Yeah.
No, we don't want drunks on the commission, Carrie.
You mean people who use the legal products?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We consider them drunks, Carrie. Warm beer, poor selection, long checkout lines. A new survey shows that customers at Utah's state-run liquor stores seem to have the same old gripes. While it's tough to hear, again, officials at the Utah Department of Alcohol Beverage Control say they welcome the comments that are coming through a new customer feedback survey. I think I answered this survey.
I did too.
We want to resolve concerns if we can. They've asked this. They've asked people to answer this survey before. They've asked again, and they get the same answers. And again, they will do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And one of the positive things in it, well, sort of positive, is people always say the people that work at the liquor store are super nice and helpful.
And they
They're
work
just,
hard.
There just aren't enough of them. So it's not the complaints about the liquor stores are not the people that work there. It's everything else associated with it.
And one of the big problems that over and over and over and over again say, if you want to buy beer at the liquor store, which a lot of people do, they want to buy it cold.
And that's not because they want to go drink it in their car. It's because they want to take it home or the party or whatever they're going to and drink it when they get there. If it's not cold,
it starts to deteriorate when it just sits around and it's not cold.
But again, someone who uses the legal product would be able to weigh in on these sort of situations rather than,
A federal judge has transformed a seemingly straightforward sentencing hearing for Michael T. Flynn, President Trump's first national security advisor, into a dramatic showdown expressing his disgust at Mr. Flynn's efforts to mislead federal investigators, and dismissing suggestions that he had been treated unfairly. In an extraordinary 2-hour session in federal district court in Washington, the judge, Emmett G. Sullivan, left no doubt that he viewed Michael Flynn's crimes as serious enough to warrant prison time, despite a recommendation from prosecutors that he receive a lenient sentence. But Judge Sullivan gave Mr. Flynn the option of postponing his sentencing so that he had additional time to prove the value of his cooperation with federal prosecutors. Mr. Flynn promptly took up the offer, delaying a decision on his fate until at least March.
I got more stuff I can tell you.
The hearing underscored the gravity of the inquiry by the special counsel Robert S. Mueller III and the enormous consequences for those ensnared in it. Mr. Flynn, a retired 3-star general whose military career spanned 33 years, pleaded guilty a year ago to lying to FBI agents about his conversations with the Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak in the month after Mr. Trump's election. He acknowledged that he lied in documents he filed with the Justice Department about his lobbying efforts with the Turkish government before the election. This is a very serious offense, said Judge Sullivan. A high-ranking senior official of the government making false statements to the Federal Bureau of Investigation while on the physical premises of the White House. At one point, Judge Sullivan asked whether Mr. Flynn could have been charged with additional crimes. Later, he even had dropped the prospect of a case for treason against the United States. A crime for which people have been executed.
Because you see, the judge has read the stuff that we haven't, because we get the redacted stuff.
The judge also walked back another provocative statement he made, saying he felt terrible that he had wrongly accused Mr. Flynn earlier in the proceeding of selling out his country by simultaneously working as a foreign agent for Turkey and for Mr. Trump's national security, as Mr. Trump's national security advisor. Mr. Flynn's work for Turkey ended when he took up his White House post. Even though prosecutors had said they would accept a sentence of probation, the judge warned Mr. Flynn he could not guarantee that outcome.
Yeah, basically the judge said to him, I'm so pissed right now, I'm going to throw the book at you. Are you sure you want to do it today? Are you sure? 5 times asked him, are you sure you want to do this today? They finally went, okay.
Well, maybe
I can.
No.
Maybe I can tell you more stuff.
And there was a clip, I'm not sure who posted it, of Flynn at a rally during the campaign talking about lock her up. And he said in it, if I'd done 1/10 of the things that Hillary Clinton has done, I'd be in jail right now.
You did more than that, and you should be.
It's very...
The Donald J. Trump Foundation, once billed as the charitable arm of the president's financial empire, has agreed to dissolve. The foundation was accused by the Attorney General, Barbara Underwood, the Attorney General of New York, of functioning as little more than a checkbook to serve Mr. Trump's business and political interests, and of engaging in a shocking pattern of illegality that included unlawfully coordinating with Mr. Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, which is highly illegal. In addition to shuttering the charity, her office has pursued a lawsuit that could bar President Trump and his 3 oldest children from the boards of other New York charities, as well as force the payments of millions of dollars in restitution penalties.
He used it for all kinds of things. He used it for...
To pay $7 for his son's Boy Scout fees.
$7.
$7.
Said it was a donation to the Boy Scouts. He used it to repair a fountain in front of Trump Tower.
Here is,
saying it was a donation to Central Park.
Here is an article in the New Republic by Matt Ford. The Donald J. Trump Foundation was an audacious grift. Donald Trump is now being exposed for the grifter that he is.
And it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it does. Don't say that. It does matter.
People still stand by it. Still, where are the Republicans that are going to stand up?
Fewer and fewer. Mitch McConnell said, when asked, is there going to be a government shutdown? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you should read the president's Twitter.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. You'll know when I know when we're both reading.
I don't know.
Wow.
You'll find out. Read his Twitter.
Wow, Mitch. Okay. Sports weather traffic.
Brought to you by IFA Country Store's last-minute sale. Huge savings on great gifts all over the store. IFA Country Store is helping to grow the things you love.
Jeez.
I know the Jazz have lost a lot lately, and you think, oh, Golden State's coming to town. This will be bad. No, I think this is the perfect time for them to have a big comeback. They're going to win today. I don't know, 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm overselling it.
You
probably.
are. Yeah.
Weather, so the long-range forecast, it looks like we are going to have a white Christmas. In fact, Christmas Day is
Tuesday.
I hope you're not overselling that.
Yeah.
Christmas Day is looking pretty snowy, and we're gonna get some snow Friday and Saturday probably. Right now it's raining actually because it's pretty warm. It's like 41 right now. And that'll taper off this morning and then just be partly cloudy later on, but it should help the air a little bit, but don't ruin the air all over again. We just get it good for a minute and then you go out driving around too much and you make it bad again, so still be careful about that. Traffic, let's see if we've got any accidents we need to tell you about. Crash southbound Bangor Highway at the SR 201 junction, right shoulder being affected there. Crash southbound I-15 at Antelope Drive off-ramp in Layton, right shoulder affected there. And looks like that's about it. Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Things That Must Go, sponsored by anyone?
The Sundance Film Festival returns January 24th through February 3rd in Park City, Salt Lake City, and Sundance Resort. Discover the 2019 lineup, including world premiere films at sundance.org/festival.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Oh, these are things that are bugging you, things that you can't take anymore. If you have to endure them one more day, you just may go berserk. So, instead of going berserk, put it down in an email, would you please? Just put it down, put "must go" in the subject line, then write your email and send it off to radiofromhell@x96.com. And by doing so, maybe it will ease your troubled mind, and maybe it'll even leave your life. Carrie, why don't you begin today?
I will start with, I like to support local companies whenever I can.
I know you do.
First thing, I try to buy local. And the Harmons that I shop at carries a lot of local coffee. Here's the thing. I think you local coffee purveyors would sell more coffee if you sold ground coffee instead of whole bean.
Some do.
Because so far, the ones that are at Harmons, no.
They don't? None of them?
They're all whole bean. All whole bean.
Don't you like to fresh grind your coffee?
I do, but often I find that I am out of coffee at 4 in the morning.
And you can't make noise.
When my wife is sleeping, and I don't grind.
Yeah.
That's why I get the pre-ground anymore, just in case someone is sleeping. I don't want to wake them up. So if you were to sell a selection of ground coffee as opposed, I'm not saying do away with the whole bean. I'm just saying throw in one or two.
Options.
Give me an option for a ground local coffee, please. Also, the seats at the theater. Here's a little trick I learned yesterday. We sat down in the nice luxury seats, the reclining ones and everything, and we're on the second row, and the seats in front of us are still so high, no one was in them. It was like Mystery Science Theater, It was,
well, you should enjoy that then, Carrie.
Well, that was my take on it, is I'm used to this. But Sue says, I don't want to sit in the front. Here's a trick. When no one's in them, reach up and lower the seat. You can just do that.
That's just a little hack.
The entire row that we were sitting on all followed suit and
it's
did
a great
that.
idea.
So there's a nice little hack. So there you go. This one from Brooke. Feel free to use my name. Here are my things that must go. Me thinking that you're saying nature buddy, nature pal whenever you introduce intern Nick.
Hey, nature buddy.
Nick's your buddy.
Nick's your pal. For some reason, she's hearing nature.
Nick's your buddy.
All right. Things that must go. Easy open Ziploc type packages where you pull that strip of plastic off the top, and it's not far enough down to be below the seal. Yes. Yeah. This makes it impossible to open the package.
I hate that.
Also, me wrapping my own Christmas presents for Christmas so I can pretend to be surprised by my family Christmas morning. Thank you, Brooke. Lords and lady, feel free to use my name, Jason. Two things that must go. This trend of bars and restaurants charging $10, $12, and even $15 for a cocktail must go. I understand that it probably contains some sort of fancy simple syrup and some sort of fancy bitters, but I'm a cheap ass and I don't like having to spend that much on a cocktail. I know that I don't have to buy those particular cocktails, and I don't, but it also seems like even basic cocktails these days are still $8 to $10. Please, for the sake of my wallet, bring back the cheap cocktail. I understand what you're saying, but just like movie theaters, that's where the bars make money.
They can't make any money on the actual alcohol. It's against the law.
They're not. Yeah, movie theaters aren't making money on the movies. They're making it on the concessions. Same with restaurants, and so that's how you support them. The Utah legislators compromise on Prop 2. It's not what we voted for. It's overly complicated, and it's going to make it harder for people in pain to get the relief they desperately deserve. Thank you, Jason. This one from John. RFH Lords and Ladies saying, during the next break, we're going to do something cool. And I think, are they going to do that cool thing during the next commercial break? Damn, I wanted to hear that, but then they do the cool thing after the commercial break, and I get to hear it after all.
What?
Because we call it a break.
Or
they think the break is when the commercials are, not when we're talking.
Or RFH Lords and Ladies saying, after the next break, and I think they're talking about the commercial break or break, it seems to be a live segment. What is the definition of break? Commercial break or live segment break, John? Both.
They're both breaks.
They're both breaks. I'm sorry.
It's a commercial break or a...
Yeah. But would we really do something while you're listening to commercials in here that we wouldn't do that?
Just you can solve that by just listening all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you won't miss anything. Yeah. And if you miss it, then podcast. You can go there.
Or if you miss it, tough.
One thing for me, I think I'm doing great with buying Christmas presents, and I think I'm getting close to being done, and then I'm this close to Christmas, and I realize a whole bunch of people I haven't bought things for yet, and running out of time to do it.
Yep.
Hello, Radio from Hell Gods. It is I, Nathan. Here's my list of things that must go. Bringing your pets into places that serve food. I was in a Maverick the other day, and some person had their dog in their arms whilst they browsed the hot dogs. I don't want dog hair in my jalapenos. Leave your overgrown rat in the car. Well, no, don't do that either. Just leave them at home. Don't bring them inside. Number 2, billboards of poor design. This is a pet peeve of mine, too. When you place a billboard and lettering that's too small to see, you've just wasted your money. I can't read it anyway. Hire a professional graphics person to design your billboard. Oh, it happens even when they do it.
Yeah, that's true.
If I can't read it, I can't tell what you're advertising. I work in retail. I understand that I have chosen a career in which I'm required to work many holidays. Please stop saying to me, gosh, they make you work on Christmas Eve when you are in my store shopping on Christmas Eve. Understand how hypocritical this sounds? And the Utah legislature, people who voted for Prop 2 as written, listen to your constituents and stop pushing your own agenda.
Yay.
That's from Nathan. And finally, this from Meg. Good morning. Every time you read these, I feel a sense of relief, and I want to join in. So here you go. Group text you can't get out of. I've never been incarcerated, but I have been part of a group text. The school moms have them, and within about 2 minutes, I have 15 texts from a bunch of people I don't know, and I can't stop them. Weezer's version of Africa must go.
Yes.
That's on the list every week. Terrible neighbors. One dude who's just a jerk to be a jerk. Stop calling the cops when I park on the street so I can shovel my driveway before I drive on it.
Wow.
Annoying, vague, and misspelled social media posts. Learn to spell correctly. Stop bragging about your kids and your supermom status. It's not reality. Just say it. Thank you. See, I already feel better. Meg.
There you go.
All right, this one. Watching Bridges of Madison County during my girl week must go.
What?
I was thinking, wow, I'm getting older. I should really be thinking about babies and falling in love again. This will be a great movie. Nope. Although I do feel better after my chihuahua licked my tears from my cheeks. Now, I don't know if I want damn kids. I mean, I truly do, but hug that if I have to make a decision between my one true love, freedom, happiness, and having a family. No, Gina, I don't think you can have it both ways.
Sure you can.
No. Oh, by the way, Gina, I love you, but my chihuahua's name being Queso must not go.
Oh, 'cause
yes,
it's cheese.
is that delicious. And no, I wasn't going to consult you for my baby puppy names. My smaller baby chihuahua is Vino.
I like that.
Thanks for letting me listen, Ash. And then this one, say my name, bitch.
Whoa.
Things that must go New York style. Anyone visiting New York City who takes advice on where to eat from someone who has only visited New York, this must go, is not exclusive to New York City and should be applied to all the places you visit. Don't take advice from past tourists. Only take advice from locals. What I'm talking about is the predicament I'm put in when I have acquaintances who are visiting. I grew up in Orem, but I have resided in New York City for 10 going on 11 years now. More often than not, I have visiting acquaintances who insist on eating somewhere because a friend of theirs highly recommends it. Now, if I suggest someplace better, I look pompous or unaccommodating. Your friend is wrong. Only trust the locals.
Makes sense.
And while we're at it, for crom's sake, walk faster. Our sidewalks are how we get around. They're our freeways. Slow walkers to the right, please. The ridiculous L train isn't running today, so I'm late. And here you are in front of me, shuffling down the sidewalk like you're effing Gina or something. Just know that your New York City friend who's walking with you to that awful restaurant that your tourist friend recommends is humoring you by walking at your slow pace as not to offend your middle America fat ass. Bill, you're a fine piece of man meat.
Whoa.
Wow.
Please come to New York City and get me pregnant with your babies.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Yours forever, Derek.
Derek. Best must go of the year.
There you
Things
go.
that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Use caution and stay to the right between California Avenue and the 201 freeway. Cars are off to the left and slowing traffic down in that area. We've got crash southbound Bangor Highway at the 201 junction. Crash southbound I-15 at Antelope Drive off-ramp in Layton. And that's about it. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything there. Nope, but if you see something and it's safe for you to do so, text us 33986.
All right, round one of the boners coming up in the next hour. We got to tell you about Diamonds Direct.
Yes, indeed. Now, look, time is running out, I know, but a sale, a big sale at Diamonds Direct. If you haven't gotten a gift yet, make it easy at Diamonds Direct. This is the only place you need to go. Diamonds Direct, you can get 3 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. This is after you get the Diamonds Direct unbeatable price guarantee. Pick any item, divide the price by 36. That's your low payment. So think about it. A $3,000 pendant or bracelet, just $85 a month. Just That's simple. 0 interest at Diamonds Direct. Pair of diamond stud earrings that she's always wanted, or how about a diamond sapphire bracelet?
Ooh,
a new
pretty.
designer engagement ring, an eternity band, a tennis bracelet. I still think I'd look great in a tennis bracelet. Earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, pearls, designer earrings and jewelry. So now through December, all through December, 3 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across from Fashion Place Mall. Open every Sunday in December till 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve on approved credit. Diamonds Direct.
The holidays are a time of family. and Gina on X96.
All right, round one of your boners coming up in a bit.
So last night, I went to see the most remarkable Christmas display in Salt Lake, I think, and I know that's unlike me, but and I've been trying to tweet it. I think Dylan has it at if you're at Radio from Hell at x96.com/live. There it is. Now it's a video. It's a video that I took on my cell phone.
This is someone's house? Or?
Yeah, this is at somebody's house. It's unedited. I'll tweet it at RFH Bill. Can you put it at the Radio from Hell tweet too, Dylan?
Good Lord.
Yeah. This is somebody's house, and I've been there several times.
That's too much.
It's just remarkable. It's in the upper avenues. I think it's on 18th East. Something.
I mean,
it's too much.
It's wonderful. Like so as it gets closer to Christmas, people will the street will just be jammed with people looking at it. It's one guy's house, way in the high avenues, and I think I heard he'll come out of the house sometimes and talk to people. And he came out while we were there, and I didn't talk to him directly, but I think I heard him say to somebody else, like there are projections on the sidewalk of, and then and his house is way up high, and you look.
I mean, they're easily, those light up plastic figures.
Yeah, how much has he spent on that?
Snowmen and.
He said that I think I heard him say there are 150 snowmen, plastic snowmen.
And the yards up there aren't that big.
Yeah. And there's a big light up Snoopy. There must be 4 or 5 or 6 different manger scenes.
Yeah.
10 manger scenes. And I don't know how his neighbors.
Yeah.
It's obscene.
It's wonderfully obscene.
I don't know. It's too much.
Now there's and then in his driveway. He's got it. It's a gate. The driveway is kind of gated and blocked off. But then there's a big box of candy canes there that you can take, and pencils.
Well, yeah, his neighbors probably hate
and
this.
erasers. And this car pulled up, and a little kid jumped out of the car and went, "Look at the giant snowman!" And there are Santa Clauses. There must be.
There's easily 50.
Yeah, it's just astonishing. Isn't it? Look at it. Look at all the Jesuses and Marys and baby Jesus.
You need more than one nativity?
Apparently.
I mean, his electric bill must be, amazingly high.
Yeah. And there are Santa Clauses and nutcrackers and toy soldiers in with the Jesuses and the manger scenes. I just think it's wonderful because it's just so bizarre.
How long does it take him to put up?
I don't know.
Surely some local news station has interviewed him about this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And our closing story tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a man who really loves Christmas. Yeah. And I've gone there several times over the years. And it says Happy Holidays on the top of his house.
2-foot-high letters.
Yeah.
It's too much. Now, I live near Christmas Street.
We were going to go there last night too, but then we went to have dinner and we just crapped out.
But Christmas Street there's a big sign over the top of it, and
it's at 15th and 15th about.
Yeah, and there's an understanding that people are going to be driving by there and looking at the lights and everything. But I'm betting this guy's neighbors are not happy about it.
Well, now the house right next to him was dark. There was not a light.
Well, you can't compete with that.
Well, I mean, but there was not a light shining anywhere.
They leave the country.
That's what it looked like. It looked as though there was just nobody. Okay, that video that I took has been shared on the Radio from Hell Twitter, and I'm putting it on my Twitter as well. Although
probably ought to put it on the Facebook.
Yeah. It's so Christmas Street is like 15th East and. It's on 15th East and about 15th South. Is that what it is?
It's a little further south.
Yeah, but you can tell that there are houses. If you move there to Christmas Street, they kind of want you to buy into that. But there are a few houses there that you can tell that we're not doing it.
I'm like, what? Why did you buy a house on Christmas Street if you're not going to play?
It's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, and
there are a couple of houses there that they just go, nope, we're not doing it. But
we hate this. We didn't know this when we moved here.
Well, they know, but you got to put up with people driving up to the cul-de-sac and turning around and coming through. And if you don't And you can tell there are a few people who live there who just hate it.
Yeah, Ivy says, I've been to that Avenues house, and it is over the top.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Because we're the Griswolds.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like that.
It's exactly like the Griswolds.
It's even more than the Griswolds.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 18th, way high in the avenues.
I mean, you watch Christmas Vacation and you laugh at that, but then you see this video.
Yeah.
We got to get that on our Facebook page. You guys can. Is it there? Oh, I'm getting a thumbs up, whatever that means. Yeah. It's on its way.
They're on it.
Okay.
So check our Facebook and Twitter in the coming moments, and you can see this thing.
It's yeah, you'll love it. It's just bizarre. And the guy is really, when you talk to him or hear him talk to people, he's very, very nice. It's just he's a guy who loves the decorations and.
Crash southbound Bank-and-Gitter Highway at the 201 junction. Right shoulder affected there. Crash southbound I-15 Antelope Drive off-ramp in Davis County. We'll check our message stream quickly and see if there's any, traffic jams around that Christmas house.
There will be.
Yeah, don't see anything now, though. If you see something, though, text it to us. 33986.
All right, we've got Boners Round 1 coming up, and here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. He was a chaser who wanted to try being a chasee. Boner candidate number 2, the perfect disguise for a porch pirate. And boner candidate number 3, Imagine Dragons and Christmas. Read your Bible.
All right, so round 1 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Black Velvet Boutique.
Well, I want to thank Black Velvet Boutique. They sponsor the Remain Seated podcast with Gina Barbieri. I appreciate them doing that. And they're now in their new location, not far from their old one, 595 South State Street in Clearfield. Their website's the same, blackvelvetboutique.com. And you might want to think about shopping there for Christmas. They have great stocking stuffers there. Enjoy the best parts about being an adult with intimate bedroom toys, massage oils, and lingerie from Black Velvet Boutique. And if you go in there and mention Radio from Hell, you get special discounts for that. Nice people that work there. Dawn and Leah own Black Velvet Boutique. You should shop local for Christmas. This is the place to do it. Black Velvet Boutique, they're open 7 days a week. You can call them 801-525-1583 or go to blackvelvetboutique.com.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
It's the Radio from Hell Best of podcast.
So, I realize I haven't talked a lot about food on the trail, and I'll try to send you some pictures. I've actually taken some pictures of plates of food that I've been eating, but it's really interesting. All the places we stop at tea houses for food, and lunch and dinner, and generally we'll have hot black tea. And then you can order. There are a variety of things on the menu, and they're all kind of the same. You can get spaghetti with meat sauce, spaghetti with tomato sauce, spaghetti with a fried egg on top, and then there are also various local things that you can have. For instance, tonight I'm having Sherpa stew with vegetables. And if I want to, I could have Sherpa stew with vegetables and meat, and that would probably be buffalo meat. I decided I could have a steak. It's a buffalo steak. I'd have thought, I don't think I want a buffalo steak. So there are all kinds of things you can eat. And the service is really pretty good. It's not very crowded up here at this time of the year, and so the service is pretty fast, and they bring stuff out. But it's, I don't know how to describe. It sounds like normal food, but it isn't. It has a really all of it has a very odd kind of twist to it. It's good. It's filling. But it all has just kind of, like I had a tuna sandwich today. I said, let me try a tuna sandwich and a bowl of soup. Well, the tuna sandwich was just a canned tuna on bread that had been heated up, and I don't think there was anything else on the bread. Just tuna and bread, and then it had been heated up. It was a little odd, but believe me, I ate it. And then one of my favorite things, though, is potato time with the Sherpa guys who are carrying our stuff. A great crew of guys carrying our stuff, and they all gather around and have potato time. There's a big plate of like red potatoes, so back home, small red potatoes, and they bake them up and they take them in their hands and they rub the skin off of them, and then they dip the potato in this kind of hot, spicy pepper. Chili pepper stuff. Really good. A hot potato, nothing like it at the end of 2 hours I walked up and up and up today. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
(877-602-9696) or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that information. You're going to need it here in a moment to vote for round one of your boners. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See, if it wins here, it's just the winner of round 1. It only achieves boner of the day status by defeating the winner of round 2's voting. Yes, we're going to do this again with 3 more candidates at 8:20. And we'll take both winners and put them into boner fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So get comfortable. It's going to be a while. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Utah Pro Scooters.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Well, he was a chaser who wanted to try being a chasee. Plain and simple. A New Jersey police lieutenant was arrested for leading the cops on a chase early Friday morning after a boozy holiday party. Michael Dillon of the Jersey City Police Department was charged with moving violations and released after the pursuit in Monmouth County. He has been suspended without pay, and other charges are pending as cops investigate. 24-year veteran, suspected of driving home drunk following a holiday party, a police holiday party. Simple as that. He's a cop. I'm sure he's been on many chases.
Yeah.
Guess he was a chaser who wanted to try being a chasee. Wahoo, he said. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. You know, when you think about it, this is the perfect disguise for a porch pirate. North Salt Lake. A delivery driver for Amazon is facing 5 counts of theft.
Oh.
After homeowners in North Salt Lake said they caught him stealing packages. Last week, a homeowner said he noticed a delivery driver acting suspiciously. He was kind of hanging his head out of the window, presumably looking for an address, the homeowner, who did not want to be identified, said. The homeowner then said the driver got out of an unmarked van with a box and went up to his house and swapped the box for a package that was already on the porch.
It's brilliant, sort of.
My first thought was, excuse me, this computer's acting up here. My first thought was, well, he got the wrong door, the homeowner said. But then I realized the package left on the doorstep wasn't his. I saw a text from my wife saying, "Hey, that's an expensive Amazon delivery. Please pick it up." And then I realized what had happened, the homeowner said. He called the police, who said calls began to come flooding in about the same driver. Police said they finally found him, along with many stolen packages that had been opened.
Wow.
He'd come up with some sort of a scheme to make it look like the packages were being delivered and then immediately taking them back and keeping them for himself, said Sergeant Mitch Gwilliam of the North Salt Lake Police Department. According to court documents, Robert Powell admitted to stealing the packages in North Salt Lake and in Weber County. He was feeling like the Grinch, and he was taking packages from those he felt just didn't deserve them and was keeping them for himself, said Sergeant Gwilliam. Mr. Powell is now facing 5 counts of theft, delivering justice for this North Salt Lake neighborhood. That same night, a cop came and delivered my stolen package back, and that was very, very nice, one homeowner said.
Because it's not even like, I mean, if, say, Amazon gives you a refund or something, you want the present. These are probably Christmas presents. You don't have time to wait for them to send them back.
Amazon did release a statement to Fox 13 saying this kind of behavior is unacceptable and does not reflect the high standards that we have for delivery service partners. Boner candidate number 2, the perfect disguise for a porch pirate. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Imagine Dragons and Christmas. Read your Bible.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 1, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by.
Step up your wine and cocktail enthusiast giving at Booze Teak, featuring accoutrement, books, bitters, cherries, plus more geek sections with Funko Pops. Open 11 to 7 every day in December. Free parking at 315 East Broadway. Mention Radio from Hell for a 15% discount.
I need a little help from the producer's booth for boner candidate number 3. Would you please look up for me the Bible verse, Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 1 through 28, and send them to me in the
Richie doesn't need to look it up. He just knows it.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 1 through 28, and just send them in here to me. Just pop them into me or get them to me somehow with an interpretation, please. Thank you. It's for boner candidate number 3. I looked them up earlier, but I forgot to include them in my notes. This is a nice story, a celebrity story. Congressman Dan Crenshaw. Now, that name is probably not going to ring a bell right away, but he's that congressman with an eye patch.
Okay. Texas, right?
Yeah. He called Pete Davidson after he found out that that disturbing social media message that the Saturday Night Live comic had posted over the weekend. Talking with KPRC2 Houston, the former Navy SEAL who had lost his eye in an IED blast serving in Afghanistan, said he called and spoke with Pete Davidson, who made headlines months back when Davidson had made fun of Congressman Crenshaw during a Weekend Update segment. Davidson, of course, later apologized to Congressman Crenshaw, and the two buried the hatchet on Saturday Night Live, and it turns out that Congressman Crenshaw had a level head about the whole thing.
It was a nice segment.
A sense of humor about it. I talked to Pete Davidson personally on Sunday. He said, we don't go back very far as buddies, and we're not really good friends, but I think he appreciated hearing from me about his troubles. I told him everybody has a purpose in the world. God put you here for a reason. It's your job to find that purpose, and you should live that way. Davidson had caused some panic among his fans over the weekend when he posted a message to his Instagram account that said, "I don't really feel like I belong on the earth anymore. I'm doing my best to stay here for you, but I actually don't know how much longer I can last. All I've ever tried to do was help people." Then he deleted his entire account. The post was taken seriously, and it should have been taken seriously. New York City police got involved, and they conducted a welfare check on him. And apparently that welfare check was initiated by Lorne Michaels, who said, "You please go to his house and let's make sure he's okay."
Well, Colin Jost saw it and then called Lorne and said, "We need to do something."
They've said they want. It's actually good timing because Saturday Night Live goes on hiatus here for the holiday, and I think Lorne Michaels is helping him get some treatment. And
he's had some problems before, apparently, and I'm not a particular fan of his or anything like that, but it's certainly. I hope he gets some help.
But pay attention to things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that's one thing that social media might be good for, it's that you may be able to catch some stuff like that.
Yep. Fame and fortune do go hand in hand a lot of times, and at least for some people, it turns out that Star Wars creator George Lucas is a famous guy, and he is now in the ranking of America's richest celebrities. There he is.
You'd think you'd be able to buy a chin.
No, sorry, Gina. There are some things that money cannot buy.
But, he doesn't wear the same flannel shirt twice.
Ever.
Net worth of $5.4 billion, thanks largely to the fortune he pocketed when his Lucasfilm production company sold to Disney for $4.1 billion in 2012. He edges fellow filmmaker Steven Spielberg, number 2 at $3.7 billion, and media mogul Oprah at $2.8 billion. Then Michael Jordan, still in the top 10, number 4,
I make fun of George Lucas, but he's been actually giving a lot of that money to charities, educational charities.
You can't spend that much money. If you had that money, wouldn't you?
I'd spend it. Candy. I'd buy candy. I'd spend it on candy. The mayor of Harriman, David Watts, is apologizing for how he handled a spending debacle that resulted in calls for his resignation from council members and residents last week. On his campaign website, Watts apologized for the hassle it caused staff and that his actions brought negative attention to Harriman City. The city's director of finance brought the questionable spending concerns to Harriman's city council in July. An expense report for 21 charges only had 2 receipts. Some of Watts' charges came from an unrelated trip that did not deal with city business, the finance director said. Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill investigated the situation as a potential misuse of public funds, which it undoubtedly was, but declined to prosecute, saying the mayor planned to return the money, which Watts did eventually last week. What the hell is going on in Harriman? Who is your Utah of the Year? The Salt Lake Tribune would like to know. They have their annual survey. Who is the Utah of the Year? I'm going to read you this list of names that they have in nomination.
Okay.
You can also add your own. I want to know how many of these people that the Salt Lake Tribune is considering to be Utah of the Year that you actually know.
Okay.
Josh Holt.
Well, that's the guy who was in Venezuela in jail. And
So should he be the Utah of the Year
I don't
because
know
he
that
was in jail?
No.
Okay.
I would think it would be somebody doing something good for you.
Mia Love, we know who that is,
No.
but would you vote for her as Utah of the Year? Ben McAdams, maybe.
Maybe.
Lauren McCluskey.
She's the University of Utah woman who was killed.
Yeah. That's good. You know who that is.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell, you know who that is. Sure,
The
basketball.
Jazz.
Mr. Murder Britches. You know who that is?
Mr. Murder Britches is...
Gina, you know who that is?
We just did the story.
Yeah, we just did the story.
I don't remember.
It's that bobcat.
The bobcat.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's an animal.
Central Utah, and the video went viral.
Well, he couldn't be a person of the year, right?
Russell M. Nelson.
He's a church.
No. The head of the LDS Church.
Nope.
David Romrell.
He's a police officer that was killed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Smith. Utah of the Year.
Don't know.
I'm not sure who that is. Anybody in there? Ryan Smith?
Nope.
Look.
Christine Stenquist. I don't have the answers here on the list.
Oh, so you should be careful when you're saying this, because.
Why?
Because.
I'm just throwing the names out. I don't have the list here. I don't have the. Why should I be careful? What? Yes.
Because you're acting like, well, these people. Who are these people?
Gina. What?
Okay.
Yes. Do you have who it is?
No, I'm just saying.
Christine Stenquist.
That's
Brent Taylor.
It's another police officer.
Astrid Tuminez. The Utah voter.
Sure. Let's go with that one.
Is.
All right. Well, let's
Ruth
vote.
Watkins.
Christine Stenquist is the medical cannabis advocate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right. She was Prop 2.
The Utah voter is who I'm voting for.
Ruth Watkins.
So, but my thing would be, why doesn't
Ruth Watkins is the new president of the University of Utah.
But why wouldn't the Tribune say who these?
Well,
people
no, they do. They do. I just don't have that in front of me right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking. I just wonder. This list of people, why they consider them to be Utah of the Year. Why would, for instance, Josh Holt? Why Josh Holt?
I don't think that.
Let's go with the Utah voter.
I'm just wondering why they would put Josh Holt on the list.
Weather, traffic?
Weather, it's raining this morning, and it's raining instead of snowing because it's warm. It's 41 right now. We could get up to the upper 40s today for a high, and that rain will stop later on this afternoon. And the air, a little bit better thanks to that. So still conserve your driving if you can, because it'll get bad again real fast if we're not careful. Crash northbound I-15 at 104 South. Crash New Bingham Highway 52nd West in West Jordan. Crash eastbound I-84, this is in Tree Mountain, exit 39, the on-ramp there. Crash southbound Bangor Highway at SR 201. We'll check our message stream quickly. Northbound Bangor Highway 66 South, accident, car stopped in the middle lane. Thank you for sending that in via text at 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Imagine dragons and Christmas. Read your Bible. A Louisiana woman, inflatable dragon decorations have been deemed totally inappropriate this holiday season by an apparent neighbor who accused her of belonging to a demonic cult. Diana Rowlands has since added to her dragon display and garnered an army of fans online. Even J.K. Rowling is Rowling, right?
I think so.
On Friday, she tweeted a photo of a note she received that read in all capital letters, "Neighbor, your dragon display is only marginally acceptable at Halloween. It is totally inappropriate at Christmas. It makes your neighbors wonder if you are involved in a demonic cult. Please consider removing those dragons. May God bless you and help you know the true meaning of Christmas." At the time, Rowland said the judgmental note was about the 3 lighted inflatable dragons on her front lawn around a pit of holiday lights. Thousands of dragon lovers retweeted her and even shared her similar post on Facebook. She even said J.K. Rowling liked her tweet. Since the posts exploded, she updated her dragon display with halos on her dragons.
Angels.
Yes. And the addition of 2 red and green holiday dragons bearing gifts, which she thanks her sister for. In the spirit of neighborhood harmony, I have placed halos on the dragons. They are now angels, she said, citing Bible verse Ezekiel 1 through 28. They're lovely dragons, I think. And then, so she cited Ezekiel 1 through 28, which I looked at this morning. It's and there is indeed a whole thing in Ezekiel about dragons coming down out of the sky. Yeah, dragon-like creatures, which are essentially angels in the form of dragons.
Nice.
Let's see. Their appearance, they had human likenesses, but each had 4 faces. Each of them had 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the soles of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like burnished bronze.
Yeah.
under their wings, on their four sides. That
it was a vision that the prophet Ezekiel had about these creatures that came down out of heaven, and they were like dragons.
Then that's perfect.
So these are as Christmassy as you could possibly be. If you come by my house and see the tombstones right now in the front yard decorated with holiday lights.
Do you really?
Yes. and
someone's going to report you.
And a skeleton in a rocking chair with a Santa's hat. Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. Imagine Dragons and Christmas. Read your Bible.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. He was a chaser who wanted to be a chasee. A police officer busted after leading cops on a chase after a holiday party. Boner candidate number 2. The perfect disguise for a porch pirate. An Amazon driver caught after pretending to deliver packages but then taking them for himself. And Imagine Dragons, read your Bible. They're perfect for Christmas, as it turns out.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's get to voting. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See if it wins here. It'll have to go up against the winner of round 2's voting. Round 2 at 8:20 with 3 more news candidates. And you'll have to pick a winner then. We'll take the winner of each round and put them into boner fight at 9:20 to decide who is boner of the day. So pick your champion for round 1. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Easy. Just put that single digit in the message of the text. That's all we need, all right? You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting December 19 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Wrap up. I will read it to you.
It looks to be typewritten.
Yes.
Wow.
Typewritten, actual letter dated the 9th of October.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're
a lucky girl.
Don't you wish you got more letters?
Oh, you bet.
Actual letters?
I sure do. The only thing that could make that
Email
better...
doesn't sound like this.
The only thing that could make that better is if that had been handwritten.
That's true.
Oh, that would have been really special.
Gina, I would ask you to think about a time before cell phones, blogs, Facebooks, and Twittering.
Back a time when people actually wrote letters.
A simpler time.
Yeah.
We raised our kids in the physical world.
Yeah.
We threw our money away on frivolously silly things. We pursued tangible hobbies, or at least had fun playing. We traveled where we wanted to, when we wanted to. The world was ours for the taking. And we had meaningful conversations with people who were important to us, either face-to-face or on the telephone.
Is this from your first boyfriend?
No. Those people, if they judged us at all, were polite enough to do so in a way that led to improvement.
Okay.
What has changed? Nothing, of course, but the perception is now that we have to record or display every aspect of our lives and activities and do it as quickly as possible.
Twitter.
Does it really matter if you learn that someone took our kids to the park last Tuesday? No. Are a million meaningless opinions any better than a few well-considered ones? No. Must you change your life to fit into the false standard propagated by people you don't even know?
No.
Of course not. The most dangerous trap to fall into is trying to be someone you're not, for whatever reason. For the love of all things irrational, Gina, just be yourself. It's what makes life worth living.
Stop twittering.
Sincerely, Martin Noonzert. P.S. Your bio on the X96 website is not up to date.
As I like to say, any clod can have the facts, but having an opinion is an art.
I guess I need to update my bio.
You know, you should scan that letter and put it on our website.
Yeah.
I should blog and Twitter about this letter.
Tweet.
A blog and Twitter.
Tweet. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. If you use Twitter, you tweet.
You tweet.
Why can't I Twitter?
That's something that you should do in the privacy of your own bedroom.
okay.
It's true.
When your husband's out of town.
Some more letters. I want more actual letters sent through the mail.
Well, give your address.
515 South, 7th East, Suite 1C, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84102.
If they're handwritten, it's even better. Or even better, if they're words cut out of magazines and pasted onto it. That's great.
Let me just say this to people writing letters to Gina. You may write them. You won't get them. She will.
No.
You're not going to take the time to return them.
No.
Yeah, email's a lot easier to
it is.
answer. And
Yeah. But go ahead, send her her letters. Try not to use words like nonplussed. Okay.
I know nonplussed.
Now you.
On X96.
All right. Let's award round one of your boners.
And that's brought to you in part by some blistered beans.
And looking for a perfect holiday gift this season, check out Utah Pro Scooters in Layton Hills Mall and in Sandy. Utah Pro Scooters carry all of the top brands of scooters like Envy, Lucky, and more. Wasatch Front's only pro scooter shop.
So we had boner candidate number one. He was a chaser who wanted to be a chasee. That was the police officer in New Jersey who they had a big holiday party. All the cops were there. He got kind of drunk, and you know, he'd probably been on a lot of police chases. I guess he decided he wanted to see what it was like to be chased, and he got drunk, and his fellow officers had to chase him down. And then there was boner candidate number two, the perfect disguise for a porch pirate, an Amazon delivery driver out in North Salt Lake, started stealing packages. So I guess he had this fake Amazon box, and he would deliver a package. He'd walk up to the porch, and
it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, and then he'd steal the package that he was delivering to somebody. And then boner candidate number three, Imagine Dragons and Christmas. Sure, why not? Read your Bible. Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 1 through 28. Ezekiel had a vision of dragons. It's a biblical thing. It's a Christmas thing. Why not? But this woman's neighbors are upset because she has beautiful dragons on her front lawn, decorated for Christmas. What?
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's Christmassy. By the way, I've been trying to read about that dragon passage in Ezekiel and what the interpretation of that is, and nobody seems to be quite clear other than Ezekiel was just tripped out. He was just really tripped out. He had a vision of some kind of mythical creatures coming out of heaven, and people said pretty much he was just.
And they had 4 wings, and
Dude.
hands, and
I'm reading this thing right now. The meaning of Ezekiel's vision. Nobody's really sure what the hell he was talking about.
It's a vision.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
It's like a dream. You try to tell people your dreams, and it never makes sense.
Exactly. Let's see here. Was there a prize associated with this round of voting? Because I don't see it here. But the winner of the voting was boner candidate number 2, the perfect disguise for a porch pirate.
a lot of people have had their stuff stolen this year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it going around. So I think that's probably why it won.
Yep.
People feeling it personally.
I've been having stuff sent to Joe's office.
And it's been getting stolen there.
Instead of at home, so...
Yeah.
And Shannon had quite a few things stolen.
Really?
He's been sending stuff to the Amazon Delivery Center.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
can. It's like a locker.
Locker. That's it.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. So that's the winner of round 1, and it now goes to Boner Fight. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. Round 2 at 8:20 with 3 more candidates, 3 different ones. We'll take them both, throw them into Boner Fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide Boner of the Day.
Yesterday, was it yesterday we did an X poll, and it was basically, what do you want for Christmas?
That was it?
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas?
What do you want for Christmas? And somebody texted in, I need to get a mattress I'd like a mattress for my son. He's sleeping on an air mattress. And it was a text. And we said to Richie, can you see if you can find out who that is? Maybe we can get that person a mattress. And Richie found out who it was, and I called. It was a woman, and I called her after the show, and quite a story, really. This woman been a listener of the Radio from Hell show for a long time, and I asked her if I could talk about it on the air, and she said, yeah. I said I wouldn't use her name. She's been listening to the Radio from Hell show for a long time, and I'm gonna have to fill in a few gaps in the story that I'm putting together in my mind. I may get some of it wrong. I talked to her for about 20 minutes. I know this for sure. She is living with the father of one of her children. She has 2 kids, and that's not a great situation. She doesn't want to be there. She's trying to find her own place for her and her 2 kids. She's a working mother, has a pretty good job, $15 an hour. She has insurance, has a car, and but
just can't quite make that leap to. A lot of people are in that situation.
Yeah.
They have a job.
That's what, like 30,000.
She said that's about 30,000 a year, and she said, she said that's pretty good. I'm doing. She says I feel like I'm doing pretty well. It's a good job. I like the job. I feel like I'm doing pretty well.
But just can't make that.
Yeah, she said one of her kids, I don't know which one, has some health problems, and she has a lot of medical bills, and I think she has some past credit problems. So that makes it hard when you go to try to find a place to live.
Yep.
Then they look at your credit history and they go, well, I don't know. So when you're trying to find a place, it's $800 a month, and that's cheap. That's about as cheap as you find. So you have to come up with a deposit. So that's why she's living with the father of one of her children.
Not an ideal situation.
And she sleeps on a recliner. And then I don't know where the other kid sleeps, but the kid that she wants the mattress for sleeps in she said he has this Batman bed. Batmobile bed or a Batman bed. But no mattress. There's an air mattress, and it keeps losing air.
Oh,
so by the time the morning comes around, it's flat again. And so she said, what I wanted was I think it's a single twin. I wrote it down, a single twin mattress. And I said, well, I'm sure we can find you one. I could buy one, but maybe we have a client or something here at the radio station, so we'll look around. Just hang in there. We'll get you a mattress for sure. But then I started thinking, well, maybe we find an apartment and I don't know. But then I started talking to our CEO here, Kay Vaughn. I sent him an email, I don't know. Well,
you said I don't know. Are we going to be able to do?
Well, we'll get her a mattress for sure. Yeah, a single twin mattress.
The mattress is not a problem.
I think that's a doable thing for sure. But I don't know what kind of resources are available. I asked her about the road home, and she had some dealings with the road home at a previous time, and they had helped her with something when she had made less money.
She's in that weird in between place that when we talk about Medicare reform, Medicaid reform, it's that same in between. You make too much to qualify for this, but not enough to take care of yourself.
Exactly.
Situation.
She said
a lot of people are in that situation.
Yeah, she said the road home helped me out at one point.
The lower level.
Yeah,
of
but
that.
now I'm making a certain amount of money in there.
But she's still struggling.
And she'd been to some other housing agency. But I don't know what resources exactly are available.
You hear about it all the time that one of the major problems with homelessness is affordable housing, and that's what we're talking about with her. It sounds like.
Yeah. So I said, well, we'll get her. I said, we'll get you the mattress. I said, but can you? If we get it and bring it here, can you get it to where you're staying? And she said, yeah, I'm sure it'll fit in my car. But even if it doesn't, I will. I think it'd fit in my car, and we can take it to her house. But I don't know what resource. But so anyway, I talked it over briefly with our CEO, Kayvon, and there might be
somebody in the chat room says Sleep in Heavenly Peace provides beds for kids, and I just went to their website. It's a Utah charity that gets beds. You can request a bed right there on their website.
Oh, okay.
So we'll look at that, and
it's shpbeds.org. That's what they do, is get beds for kids.
Well, there you go.
Right, request a free twin bed for your kids here at Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Steph says that there's a nonprofit called Adopt a Bed, run by a friend of hers. Yeah, let's find out about that, Steph. Send us the info.
Yeah, and we'll follow. Kayvon said that we have a client, I think, that's wants to supply the mattress. But I mean, I said to her, I can buy a twin mattress. That's not.
And somebody here says, I'm a case manager. I could try to help the woman you're talking about. There are housing options in Utah. Well, please give us your information how to.
radiofromhell@x96.com.
Yeah, if you're a case manager and Salt Lake County Housing, and I know one of our salespeople here, Heather, she's about to maybe start working with, I forget which, we may start doing some advertising with a county agency.
Pandora is on the line. Pandora, quickly. We're running out of time.
Hi. Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
So I actually have a resource. It's the DI. If you get a bishop's order, you can actually request a bed, and you just go in and the cashiers check your bishop's order, and then you can get a brand new mattress from them.
Oh, nice. Brand new.
So if you're in the LDS church.
Yeah, you'd have to be a member of the church.
Yeah. Thanks, Pandora.
Thanks. All right.
So there are resources.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I think that person on the texting just gave us her phone number.
She did.
Yeah.
We'll get it in the other room.
Thank you, Rebecca.
All right.
I think her name is.
Thank you very much.
Traffic. If you see anything you want to share with friends of the program, you can text it to us 33986. Crash northbound I-15 at the 6 South off-ramp in Salt Lake. Left shoulder affected there. Crash eastbound 126 South at 22nd West. Crash northbound I-15 4th North in Orem. Crash northbound 5th West, that's US 89 at 4th North in Bountiful. Crash New Bingham Highway 52nd West in West Jordan. And let me check our message stream quickly, see if anybody sent anything in there. Nope, but if you see something, like I said, text us if it's safe to do so, 33986. Brought to you by Tactical Airsoft Supply. Go visit Rad and Ajax and their team at Tactical Airsoft Supply. Nice guys doing good things for the sport of airsoft. Tactical Airsoft Supply, 33rd South in Salt Lake, or visit them on Hillfield Road in Layton.
All right, coming up after this.
Hello, yeah, what?
What?
Pardon me?
Hello, yeah, what?
There we go. Okay. 877-602-9696 if you'd just like to call and speak with us about just about anything.
Anything.
Hello, yeah, what?
anything.
All right, KXRK Provo.
X96.
I had an email also from Little Weenie Intern.
Oh, who's supposed to be here today?
Is he?
Wednesdays.
No. Kerry, he quit.
Well,
remember?
I know. He's supposed to be here to offer our best friends of the program Little Weenies.
And he's quit us.
Because in the morning, we ask the important question, Little Smokies or Little Polskins.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, people had not tried either.
Nope.
So, and it was great. We still have the crock pots, the little crock pots under my desk.
Thanks, Dominic.
From Gina's cousin. This is your little, it says, Dear Radio from Hellcast. This is your former Little Weenie Intern again. I have a request that I wish to run by all of you. I'm a bit nervous to ask you all of this, but...
No, you've abandoned us.
I have
whatever
to
it
try.
is.
I've been bummed out all week because of having to quit my internship. And I've debated pulling a Michael Jordan or more recently a Brett Favre and coming out of retirement, or a Lance Armstrong. And coming out of retirement, but alas, I cannot. I have too much school on Wednesdays, and yes, I do want more time with my wife. But that being said, I want to be a part of the show in some way so bad that I have an idea. I want to be the first Radio from Hell email news intern or something to that effect. Now, hear me out. This is my idea for it. As you know, I live in Ogden, and I get the Standard Examiner newspaper. As I read this paper, I often find news that seems to be in the paper for no other reason than to fill newspaper space. The news in Ogden is outright boring. My idea is that I could write a weekly email and share some of these news stories in a fun, comedic way. You could call it the Ogden Weenie News or something similar. If you like the Weenie News that week, you could read it on the air. I think that this would be a great opportunity for me to improve my writing skills, and that's why I look at it as an internship still. I know Richie's in charge of the internship, so of course ask him for his input about this as well. And maybe I could make a rare occasional visit to the studio, Weenies and all. I almost did not write to you to ask this, but I thought, why would they even consider doing this for me? But then I thought, well, I was a good little weenie intern, and maybe they will cut me a break. At least give me a week or two to see if I can do it. And if y'all want to let me do something else similar to this, or if you have any other ideas, please just let me know. Maybe this was a bad idea. If it is, let me know. Thanks for letting me listen and cook the weenies. Love you, former little weenie intern Ben.
Well, Richie, of course,
comes Stedman.
in charge of the interns. He probably wants to weigh in.
He can, we can have him help us out. If he'd like to help us out with the big ass show, we could use a hand.
Oh.
And Ben, I'll send him an email. But if you want to send some news items from Ogden,
sure.
No guarantee that they would make the air, but.
And I'm being sincere, Ben. And if you in the future you clear your life up, you can come in and be here with us in the morning because I like you well enough.
He's a great guy.
The problem is he kind of sounds like he wants to rewrite the news in Ogden, whereas we probably just want him to send us copies of the articles.
Well, let's see what he can do.
And that could sort of go against your rule about professionals doing comedy.
Well, I'm not saying he'll make the cut. You know, I'm not saying it'll get on, but see what he can do.
Carrie sends out tweets. No, really. She does. Promise. Follow her on Twitter at RFHGina and find out for yourself. Radio from Hell on X96.
Da-da.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Dylan? Dylan?
He's not. What?
Hey, Dylan, I put a can of LaCroix in the freezer.
Uh-oh.
Earlier, it may have already exploded. Could you?
All right. Yeah.
It may have already.
Yeah, I forgot. For some reason, it just dawned on me that I did that. Sorry.
Yes, we are playing.
Hello, yeah, what?
Well, playing.
It's just
Look at that.
You call us 877-602-9696 about whatever you want.
And the phone's just all of a sudden filled up.
That was weird.
Yeah,
because there was nothing.
I know.
And then suddenly, boom.
But be careful. Don't open it because it might.
Yeah, could be very close to.
I'll set it down over here for a minute.
Yeah.
It feels like it's frozen.
It's solid.
Yeah, let it be for a bit.
Damn.
All right. Let's begin this incredible feature that we invented.
Hello, yeah, what?
Where we take your phone calls. We'll begin with Harrison.
Good morning, Harrison.
For you guys, why is the CEO of your company promoting your podcast on the commercials?
Huh?
Why is he?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand the question.
Wouldn't the CEO be doing better things than promoting the podcast?
What more important thing would he have to do?
It's something he owns. Why not promote something he owns? He owns Real Salt Lake as well.
He's talking about Kayvon, our boss, was voicing that ad.
He also does voice work. He's a radio guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand your question.
The CEO, is that not the radio guy?
Yeah, he has been an on-air person in the past, and now he's the boss.
He voices a few commercials. Too.
Yeah,
he does it because he enjoys it.
Yeah, I don't understand the question.
I just thought it was funny that the CEO was doing the radio voices. And
is it really funny?
Wait a minute. It's interesting to me that you recognize his voice. How is it that you recognize his voice, Harrison?
I heard him in the past on the radio.
Yeah. Well, he's a radio person, and he likes doing commercials.
Is it really funny?
It's not. Is it funny? Ha ha! Or do you think it's just strange?
I don't.
I guess it was just coincidental.
Yeah, it's not funny, really, and it's certainly not a coincidence.
Harrison, I'll give you points for recognizing Kayvon's voice. Points.
Way to go.
Gina always tries to find the best in people, where Carrie and I don't. Harrison.
I don't.
Carrie and Bill want to dump all over you, and I am giving you points.
We just want to dump you.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
Bye.
Here we go. Let's go to Tim the Tree Guy.
Hello, yeah, what?
I don't want to follow that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I would have hung up.
Listen, we got a whole line one to fill up that Harrison left. So 877-602-9696. Somebody get in there. Hi, Tim. What's up?
Well, so the gal story, looking for a pad and that kind of thing. I've worked with a ton of people over the years that have the same problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw it out through the heavens, through hell.
Mm-hmm.
A good idea for a charity would be someone to organize a deal that they get a fund going that will help with the deposit on a new place, because that's usually what hampers these guys getting in.
Yeah, they can afford the monthly payment. They can afford rent,
right?
But it's that first and last month's rent that gets you.
Exactly. I got a guy that works with me that's his big issue.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I can't.
Yeah, prices for everything are going up, except wages are not going up, and that's the big problem.
I think, Tim, that there is something in the works right now that is doing exactly what you're speaking of. There's a program that's being put together that's going to be
sounds great.
A fund.
Yeah.
I'm too dumb to do it myself. So
yeah, me too.
I mean,
yeah.
All right.
But
thanks, Tim.
I think there is something there that they figure there's about 56,000 people right now in the valley that are in that situation.
Yeah.
They can afford rent, just can't come up with that big.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Tim. All right. Let's go to Roger.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, Roger.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
So I was watching Seinfeld the other night because I'm becoming my dad. But there's an episode where Jerry is dating a girl, and he makes a voice for her nose. Are any of you familiar?
Makes a voice for her.
A voice for her nose?
No,
as though her nose is.
Yeah.
I remember
And
that.
he
Yeah.
says
I don't remember.
this is- Okay, and I had this vision of the three of you making up voices for each other's noses. So I thought, what else is better than hello, yeah, what, to pose an opportunity for this vision I had to come true.
So you want us to come up with a voice for each other's nose?
Yes, please.
Well,
I
don't know. Let's see. So,
Roger, are you high right now?
No, I'm not.
I wish you were. I wish you were, because then you'd have an excuse.
Here, Roger, here's what we're going to do.
Fun?
Roger, here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
This is a perfect example of a best question of the week. So this will give us...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so here's... So email it into us, and this will give us a couple days to think about voices for each other's noses.
Okay.
So radiofromhell@x96.com.
All right.
Okay.
You got that? Thank you.
All right, Roger.
Oh, it's his girlfriend's belly button, not her nose. Is that right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you are high.
I thought it was.
All right.
I thought it was their nose.
Maybe it looks like a nose. Maybe
Well,
it's an
I
outie.
think, but I think we should do noses because I'm not going to insist on examining Carrie's or Gina's belly button.
No.
So we'll do noses.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.
I think he was high when he was watching
I think, yeah. All right. Tony. Hi, Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony.
Hello, yeah, what?
Yes, Tony.
So earlier this week, Gina was talking about Muhammad having mono.
Yes.
So I wanted to call and give my mono story. When I was 27, I went to the ER for heart attack symptoms, and everything showed for a heart attack, and they took me out for an angiogram, and everything came back clean. And then the doctor called me as I was heading home and said, do not even walk up a flight of stairs. My mono attacked my heart and caused myocarditis.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
Man.
So you're trying to scare me with Muhammad? Is that what we're doing?
So the funny part about it, though, was we're sitting there, and the doctor starts making fun of me for catching it at 27 and not in high school.
Well,
And then,
yeah.
then
Oh, sorry.
I think he just had an attack.
Oh, no.
Nope. Think
Go
we
walk
lost.
upstairs.
Did we lose him?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll close with Carrie then. All right.
Hi,
Hello,
Carrie.
yeah, what?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me listen.
It's our pleasure.
I have a question.
Yes.
What happened to John Smith?
Who?
J-
I'm not familiar with
John
that name.
Smith?
I don't know. Who is that?
You don't know who that is?
Mm-mm.
The midday guy that used to be on.
Oh, that tall person?
I was just curious.
You mean Corey?
Oh, yeah, Corey.
No, John.
No.
John
has moved on to other opportunities.
That's the polite way of saying
That's
it.
the polite way of saying it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. He's
well,
not.
I'm sorry to see him go. I still love the show.
He's not.
But
He hasn't passed away
I
or
was
anything
just
like that. He's
all right.
He's moved on.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Carrie. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello, yeah, what?
Bye.
All right. Let's see here.
Well, the belly button's like a mouth. I'm bored. Talk to me.
Oh, I got to start taking these stupid warnings more seriously.
Yeah, so there you go.
That wasn't very funny.
That was the belly button.
Hello.
Boy. All right. We've got round 2 of your boners
That was
coming up.
back when the show was trying to find its feet, I think.
We're still trying to find our feet, aren't we? Unusual congestion on I-215 southbound between 2200 North and I-80. Allow some extra time if heading to the airport is part of your commute. And they say, that between now and Christmas airport's going to be crazy busy. But you knew that. You didn't need someone on the radio to tell you that.
Nope.
There's all these news stories about, Christmas traffic is...
travel is going
But
to be...
I ain't never been to an airport before.
Crash northbound I-15 6 South off-ramp. Crash 126 South 2200 West. Crash northbound I-15 4th North in Orem. And a crash northbound 5th West US 89 4th North in Bountiful. That's traffic.
All right, here are your boners round 2. Boner candidate number 1. The NRA can hug off. Boner candidate number 2, it seems that Beyond the Books was operating beyond the law. And boner candidate number 3, well, if you needed proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, here it is.
All right, we got round 2 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Gina, if you wouldn't mind, please, tell me about your bra.
Well, until recently, I didn't buy bras that often. And I think most women are like that.
Yeah.
You wear the same bra for way too long.
And you don't even think you buy the same brand and the same kind if you do buy new ones.
Yep, and you wear it all day and you can't wait to take it off when you get home. Well, that's all changed. thirdlove.com/Gina, Gina. That will get you 15% off your first order from Third Love. Why is it different? They have 70 sizes, including signature half-cup sizes. They have cups from A through H, bands that go up to size 48. But how do you get the one that fits you perfectly? They have a Fit Finder quiz. Did you know there are like 12 different shapes of breasts? There are.
I did.
and
counted.
And depending on the shape of your breast, you can get a bra that's made just for that shape, and it makes it more comfortable. So you take the Fit Finder quiz. It's like a couple minutes is all it'll take, and you'll end up with a bra that fits so well you won't want to take it off. Go to thirdlove.com/Gina. That's Gina for 15% off your first purchase.
The holidays are a time of family, a time of appreciating those you love. It's also a time to remember those who aren't as fortunate.
Well, it is time for the kiss. Now, did we get enough kiss money?
Yes.
In the short amount of time.
He's lying.
Yes, we did.
How much did we get? We had the
$1,800 that was dropped off here. And then on the phones we had about $455. We said $2,000. That's $2,255.
And that was in a 10-minute time frame, really.
Richie has always wanted to kiss Gina.
So badly.
Always wanted to.
No. Oh, Craig's reaching into his wallet. I was hoping you would stop it.
Yeah. And we need.
Here's Craig's going to give $2,000 to stop it.
And we need video of this.
Oh.
We need evidence. People will want to see this on our website. All right, have you got it, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Richie, why don't you?
Is there an embrace involved in this, or just?
No, what?
Well, there was over 2,000.
Okay.
I don't know. Craig,
he's taking his teeth out. Watch,
we'll let Craig decide. Is an embrace okay?
Yeah.
During the kiss? Because this is the guy who signs the check.
I'm doing this willingly, so I don't think it's sexual harassment.
So now I'm gonna.
Wow.
Do we need to pull him off?
Take the microphone up with you.
She's so creeped out she can't. She is so creeped out.
It's for
she can't
the homeless and to defeat FM 100. Oh, excuse me. It's to defeat FM 100 and for the homeless.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to want the microphone close for the noises.
Smacking noise.
You're not going to be any noise. Oh, quit licking your lips.
Okay. Here we go.
Put your teeth in, Richie.
No, I said I would do it with the teeth out. Now, who's counting?
We all will. 1,001, like that, okay?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Ready?
Okay. Ready, set, go. They're not doing it yet.
So weird.
Okay.
This is really weird. I didn't think it was going to be. Okay.
Let's go. Let's see. Okay. 1,000. 1,000. Wait a minute, I lost count. 1,
3.
Yay!
For the homeless. Yay! It's for the homeless.
Yeah, we should have had mistletoe. Was it a big disappointment, Richie?
Richie, was it worth it?
No,
was it everything you said?
But Gina wants more.
Was it everything you hoped?
That was more than 3 seconds.
That was. She kissed back, guys.
Did she?
Did she?
She kissed back.
Yeah, was it better for me or was it better for you, Gina?
It sounds like it was better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Hansen, the president of our company, now wants to see me in his office later this afternoon.
Oh,
again?
Maybe he's
another
got
2,000.
Maybe he's got 2,000 he wants to spend. Yeah.
Well,
He saw what a good kisser you were. He wants lessons.
I'm glad. Did you just wipe my kiss off?
That was really weird. I didn't think it was going to be that weird until you were right in my face.
So this is my question. You're constantly flirting with Gina.
Soft lips. Is that your question?
No, I'm just wondering if this has changed your desires or intensified.
We're done.
We're done. That's it.
We fulfilled it. Well, what else are we going to do, Gina?
There's nowhere to go from here.
You know, all I know is that I have a really sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that I didn't have about 5 minutes ago. So
it's done.
That was good. Did it for charity.
Okay. All right. Remember that information. You're going to need it coming up here in a few moments because it's time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your votes. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? See if it wins here. Champion of round 2. Way to go. That's an accomplishment.
Sure.
You're being sarcastic.
You're not boner of the day yet. To be boner of the day, you have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago.
Still an accomplishment, though. Don't denigrate it.
There is first place, and then there's the rest of last place.
You are a hard taskmaster.
When it comes to boners, yes. So, 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a Stretch the Truth Trump doll.
Here's boner candidate number 1. You know, the NRA can just hug the hug off.
Okay.
The latest, they're disappointed. The NRA is disappointed.
Are they disappointed?
By the bump stock ban, which has gone into effect.
Which is fine. Some good news, I think. But
they're disappointed. And Utah gun advocates say that the ban on bump stocks announced by the Trump administration is a disappointment. It infringes on civil liberties, and it will do little to stop future mass shootings. They're just looking for a scapegoat, said Clark Aposian, chairman of the Utah Shooting Sports Council, one of the state's staunchest Second Amendment lobbyists, and they found one. Bump stocks alter semi-automatic rifles to fire in quick bursts like a machine gun.
So you can kill more things faster.
That'll come in handy during the big badger call next year.
That's right.
They faced intense scrutiny after the October 2017 shooting at a country music concert in Las Vegas, the worst mass shooting in modern American history.
We forget so quickly.
By best estimates, there are tens of thousands of bump stocks in circulation. And despite Tuesday's regulation, there are no obvious or easy ways to enforce outlawing the sale or possession of them. I mean, it is just a fart in a windstorm, really.
And I think that it's designed to distance Trump from the NRA, because the NRA is about to get looked at real close for laundering Russian money.
And they'll say, see, we're not, they don't like this, and we did this thing they don't like, so we must not be friends.
That's why I think it happened.
But I mean, it is just a tiny thing. It's almost nothing.
I think that's why they did it. They knew it was like the least they could do, but it still makes them look like they're not with the NRA.
But still, the NRA says, we're disappointed.
Disappointed.
We are disappointed. And Clark Aposian, who owns a bump stock, of course, said he'll either destroy his or turn it into the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms because, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't agree with it, but I don't think anybody else will turn theirs in. Boner candidate number 1. The NRA can just hug off.
Guns are a great tool for keeping things from escalating out of control.
Here's boner candidate number 2. It seems that Beyond the Books was operating beyond the law, at least according to this story that was written by, and I guess done on TV probably, by our friend Chris Jones at Channel 2.
Oh, he's getting a lot of heat for this.
Is he? Along with,
from the school.
Yeah, along with Nadia Plum, I think is how you say her name. I didn't see it on TV. I just read it this morning on Channel 2's website. American Preparatory Academy, and man, this is just amazing to me, is in the middle of a lengthy and expensive battle that has cost Utah taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars, all thanks to what critics suggest is poor planning and a sense of entitlement. And if this is true, and I guess it must be, yeah, I'd say it is. It was an expensive, dubious project to undertake, said Carol Lear of the Utah State School Board. It's an undertaking that started in 2013 when the APA started building a new campus in Draper. The fire marshal had warned the charter school that the site would require an emergency access road so that fire trucks and ambulances could get to the kids if there was an emergency. According to the fire marshal, APA, American Preparatory Academy, ignored the order. Months after construction started, APA tried to solve the problem and offered to buy an 800 by 2-foot strip of land for the access road from a company called Pure Logistics. They reportedly offered the company $7,000 for a piece of property valued at 10 times that. Well, Price Logistics, Beyond the Books, by the way, this is the American Preparatory Academy. I've mislabeled this. Beyond the Books is the name of the story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I mislabeled it.
No, that's all Chris Jones stuff is called.
His investigative stuff into education.
I'm sorry, I misread that. It should be American Preparatory Academy is operating beyond the law. I misread it this morning. Anyway, the company Price Logistics thought, well, that's way too low. That's $10,000 piece of land. You're offering us $7,000. And change that on the website, will you guys? Are they in the other room there? They thought the offer was too low, and more importantly, they thought having children so close to 30,000 people and heavy equipment traffic at the business park was a terrible fit. So they said, well, we're not going to sell it to you. Despite Price's hard no, court documents say American Preparatory Academy cut an access route through the property anyway and installed a fence. Can you imagine the balls? and grafted a part of Price's parking lot on. APA then told the fire marshal that they had access to the land, even though they didn't. When Price demanded that APA fix the damage, American Preparatory Academy then sued and demanded Price give them the land. To date, the school and its associate companies have burned through nearly $200,000 in legal fees trying to get that patch of grass. It's public money, said Carol Lear, who says she's concerned nobody at the state government is watching American Preparatory Academy. Should the charter board staff have looked at this? I think so. So, Beyond the Books, that's Chris Jones, went to the charter school board. They said when it comes to the finances, board staff only get involved with the school if students are failing or if the school's finances are failing. Had the school board been required to look deeper into APA's finances, they would have found that the school has spent a lot of time and money to fix its initial mistake. So they just...
We only look into the finances if they're failing.
If the school...
that things are going well, so...
Yeah. APA tried to get Draper City to condemn the property and give it to them. And Draper said, no, it's illegal. APA then tried to get the state to resort to the controversial use of eminent domain to take the property from the private owners. And the state said, no. The director of the school, Carolyn Charette, through her nonprofit, purchased a house to the north of the school. The house was demolished and an access road was built. According to research by Beyond the Books, the school spent at least $300,000 to knock down the house and build the road. And this is taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm.
So boner candidate number one, it seems that American Preparatory Academy was operating beyond the law. Right. Boner candidate number two. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number three. If you need proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, well, I don't know if you need proof, but I've got a lot of it right here.
All right, boner candidate number three for round two coming up after this somewhat short newscast. Brought to you by.
Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity rebate and credit program. That's $28,124 in down payment assistance for those who qualify for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
There was a tornado near Seattle. Did you see that?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Very rare. A confirmed tornado touched down near the Port Orchard in Kitsap County, about 45 miles west of Seattle.
Oh.
According to the National Weather Service.
Picture at x96.com/live. A little bit of damage there.
Yeah, about 2 p.m. yesterday, local media said several homes were damaged, trees toppled, no reports of any serious injuries, but pretty amazing that happened. A Brigham Young University graduate, an engineer and an inventor, and frustrated about packages being stolen from his porch, came up with an over-engineered monstrosity, a fake package that explodes with glitter and sprays fart spray on thieves.
Seems like a little much.
He's gotten more than 10 million views on YouTube with his video about the device as of Tuesday. Mark Rober, who graduated from BYU with a degree in mechanical engineering and got a master's degree from USC and spent 9 years working at NASA, says in the video that he felt sort of violated when he realized a package had been swiped from his porch.
Yeah.
His security cameras caught the thief in the act. I took this to the police, and even with his video evidence, he says it's not worth the time. They said it's not worth our time to look into the thievery.
Really?
That left Rober feeling powerless. I felt something needed to be done to take a stand against dishonest punks like this, and then I was like, hold up. So I built a dartboard that moves to get a bullseye every time. I spent 9 years designing hardware that's currently roving around on another planet, so I decided I could take revenge by building something that would do it. So he built this box that if they steal it, it explodes with glitter and sprays fart spray all over them.
I support this.
I do too. I think it's perfect. By the way, we had a boner candidate. Was it this week? The priest who was officiating at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The funeral of the young man who had died by suicide and talked about suicide being a mortal sin. He's been disciplined.
Good.
After preaching about the immorality of suicide during the funeral service, the Archdiocese of Detroit issued an apology to the family. I guess this was last week. For how an unbearable situation was made even worse because of the Reverend Don Lacusta's sermon. The Archdiocese said the priest will not be preaching at funerals for the foreseeable future. Let's see. This is interesting. An interesting story I've had in the file for a few weeks. A Missouri poacher who was convicted of illegally killing and beheading hundreds of deer has been ordered to watch Bambi once a month.
Yay!
While he is behind bars.
I love this.
David Berry, 29 years old, sentenced to a year behind bars earlier this month for killing hundreds of deer over 3 years with members of his family, taking their heads as trophies and leaving the animals to rot.
It was man Bambi.
But to really drive the message home, he was also ordered to watch the 1942 animated Disney movie Bambi, including his heart-wrenching scene where a hunter shoots the little fawn's mother once a month while he serves his time.
Your mother can't be with you anymore, Bambi.
You know, that's a really nice story, but the way they wrote it in the New York Post, I left out this word. So it says he's ordered to watch the 1942 animated Disney movie Bambi, including its heart-wrenching scene where a hunter shoots the titular fawn's mother.
I'm titular fawn.
There you go.
Do they have to put the word titular in there? I mean, you just have to say where the hunter shoots the little fawn's mother. No, but doesn't the word titular just kind of ruin the story somehow? I don't know why.
I went to journalism school.
I need to use the word titular whenever I can. And it's showtime for Elon Musk's Boring Company. Fed up with Southern California's vehicle snarls, Elon Musk set out to solve the persistent urban irritant, the traffic. But rather than build atop the highway system, where his Tesla cars travel, he sought the answer. You know, he's doing tunnels underneath Los Angeles. I said, what if we go down instead of up? I've lived in L.A. since 2002, and traffic has gone from bad to horrific. On Tuesday, he unveiled the first mile-long stretch of his underground vision of a transit system. It's the home of both SpaceX and his tunneling enterprise, the Boring Company, L.A. is. He's actually showed what it's like. This will have not only these kind of enclosed cars that he hopes will travel up to 100 miles an hour that you can ride in, but it will also he will also let cars drive in them as well.
I don't trust
know
it.
how that's going to work.
I don't trust it.
Well, there's not much you trust, but tunnel boring equipment on display at the Boring Company, but he let some people drive in it yesterday, and then people said it's pretty cool. And I don't know, he's just crazy enough to make it all work, I think.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, the Jazz, I know they've lost a lot lately, but tonight they're going to make good on all of it because they're going to beat Golden State at home 7 o'clock tonight. Just going to erase all of the we can only hope. Weather, looks like the rain's just about done, although I saw some messages from friends of the program saying it's snowing up in Parley Summit, and that's causing some traffic issues up near Jeremy Ranch. Thanks for sending those in. Down here in the valley, pretty warm. We could get up in the upper 40s today for a high. Traffic other than the snow up Parley's, we've got a medical situation northbound I-15 at the 200 North off-ramp in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 6 South off-ramp in Salt Lake. Left shoulder affected there. Northbound I-15 coming through Sandy. I don't know if it's an accident or just slowage, but I've got red cameras that are happening through Draper Sandy area, northbound I-15 right now. That's traffic.
All right.
Here's boner candidate number 3, and I just kind of put this in here as on a lark because I happened to see it on BuzzFeed today. I don't know if you needed any more proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, but here it is. It's just a list of things that anti-vaxxers have tweeted over the years. Things like, on the flu shot, the flu is killing up to 4,000 Americans a week. And somebody tweeted back at Time magazine, that's why I refuse to take a flu shot. Or if vaccines were healthy, you could put it on a spoon and eat it. Try it. You'll die.
Well, it's not designed to...
When you realize measles protects against cancer, you'll understand why the industry wants to prevent it. On chicken pox, can anybody answer why kids don't get chicken pox no more, or why we experiment as kids? I need answers.
Jeez.
Hell, it's just on and on and on. Let's not forget about anti-vaxxers. There have been multiple scientific studies on the dangers of vaccinations. Show me one, please. Government controls the internet now, so I can't find what I'm looking for.
Oh, that's
well, thanks for trying.
I know it's out there.
It just goes on and on and on. If you need more proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, here it is.
And that's at x96.com.
Yeah.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. You know, the NRA can just hug off. They're disappointed by the bump stock ban. I'm just tired. Boner candidate number 2, the mislabeled. It seems the American Preparatory Academy has been operating beyond the law. They blew nearly $500,000, according to Chris Jones in his Beyond the Books report, in a botched expansion plan. That's our tax dollars. And boner candidate number 3, if you needed more proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, it's all right here.
All right, so there you go. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? All right, 8:38 right now. 33986, that is the text number. You need to pick 1, 2, or 3, the candidate that you think should win, and put that number in the message of a text. You can text that to 33986. It's easy, all right? 877-602-9696 is the phone number. You call, use your voice, or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting December 19 and vote there. You can also see a closer examination of those stories if you've a mind to. You've got 4.5 minutes is all. So let's go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. Here we go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96.
Radio from Hell on X96.
So anyway, we're up there, getting bags of food and turkeys. But when we first got there,
this is before we went on the air.
Now I didn't say this to her on the air, did I?
No, this was before we went on.
She introduced herself, and I forget her name. Hi, I'm so and so with the food bank, and we said hi, and she handed us a fact sheet. And it's just a few things there, and she said, and then she said, I don't even think we asked her to be on the radio.
Didn't.
She said, I don't want to go on the radio. And Carrie said, well, come on, we've got to want to talk to somebody from the food bank.
Yeah.
You're here. You're an expert.
I believe every year we have spoken with somebody.
Yeah, and I said, well, we need somebody from the food bank. We'd like somebody from the food bank to talk. And she said, well, what are you going to ask me? and it made me a little mad.
It did, because it's kind of a...
and I said, well,
question.
I'm going to ask you, what the velocity of a V1 rocket is, and how to build a diesel truck, and what is the composition of quartzite.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to ask you stuff that you can answer about the food bank.
The stuff that was on the sheet.
Easy stuff. She disappeared. And never came back.
Yeah.
And no one else from the food bank.
No.
She was the representative that morning.
And
you could have handled that a little better.
Yeah, I could have. And I think I did say, well, could you get us somebody who will talk? I think I said that. And that's when she said, well, what are you going to ask me?
I think he was just trying to point out to her that that was kind of a silly question. You're here to represent the food bank. Tell us about hungry people.
I was, but I kind of snapped at her.
But people that never been on the radio or put in that position, it makes them nervous just right off the bat.
Gina, I don't think, again, you really need, other than that seems to be your role, to apologize for this. I'm doing the apologizing. You don't need to.
Once again,
it's my turn to apologize.
Stepping all over Bill's thing.
Stop apologizing. I'm apologizing.
You're always there to ruin the punchline, and now you're ruining the apology.
And quit throwing your shoes at me.
Wait, there's another one.
So she really never said why she didn't want to be on the air, did she?
No, but she was scared. She was nervous.
She did the I don't want to be on the air.
Maybe she had a real job and was supposed to be at work and didn't want anybody to hear her.
No, but anyway, I feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I'd like to find out her name, and I'll send her an apology or or
Yeah, I wouldn't call her. You'll scare her.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to scare you, and I'm sorry. I was a little short, but it's, it's first thing in the morning, and we're just getting it together, and you know how I am.
Yeah.
But she doesn't.
Again, you can't treat everybody like you treat me.
Oh, shut up. I can too. You call right now, and I'll tell you to shut up. I don't care who you are.
Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
Radio from Hell with Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, we've got Things That Must Go coming up in a moment. But first, we got to award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a really gooey hamburger.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the Stretch the Truth Trump doll. Everyone needs this Trump version of Stretch Armstrong in their holiday stocking this season. Portion of the proceeds go to benefit the Homeless Veterans Fellowship. StretchTheTruth.com/X96.
So, boner candidate number 1, the NRA can just hug off. Boner candidate number 2, I'm not even going to. Boner candidate number 2, it seems that the American Preparatory Academy might have been operating beyond the law. Seems to me, anyway. Using our $500,000, really?
Yeah.
In the long run there?
Yep.
And just no oversight, apparently, using our tax dollars. It's just like, we'll just do what we want here with this private land. And boner candidate number 3, if you needed proof that anti-vaxxers are stupid, well, it sure seems to be, these tweets sure seem to bear that out, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Richard Stevenson won the Stretch the Truth Trump doll, and the winner, very overwhelmingly, boner candidate number 2, it seems the American Preparatory Academy was operating beyond the law.
All right, that's the winner of round 2. It now has a chance to become boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1. We'll throw them both into boner fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day, so stick around for that. Things That Must Go, brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Oh, these are things that are bugging you, things that you can't take anymore. If you have to endure them one more day, you just may go berserk. So, instead of going berserk, put it down in an email, would you please? Just put it down, put must go in the subject line, then write your email and send it off to radiofromhell@x96.com. And by doing so, maybe it will ease your troubled mind, and maybe it'll even leave your life. Carrie, why don't you begin today?
I will start with, I like to support local companies whenever I can.
I know you do.
First thing, I try to buy local.
Mm-hmm.
And the Harmons that I shop at carries a lot of local coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I think you local coffee purveyors would sell more coffee if you sold ground coffee instead of whole bean.
Some do.
Because so far, the ones that are at Harmon's, no.
They don't?
They're all whole bean. All whole bean.
Don't you like to fresh grind your coffee?
I do, but often I find that I am out of coffee at 4 in the morning.
And you can't make noise.
When my wife is sleeping, and I don't grind.
Yeah.
That's why I get the pre-ground anymore, just in case someone is sleeping. I don't want to wake them up. So if you were to sell a selection of ground coffee as opposed, I'm not saying do away with the whole bean. I'm just saying throw in one or two.
Options.
Give me an option for a ground local coffee, please. Also, the seats at the theater. Here's a little trick I learned yesterday. We sat down in the nice luxury seats, the reclining ones and everything, and we're on the second row, and the seats in front of us are still so high, no one was in them, that it was like Mystery Science Theater, It was,
well, you should enjoy that then, Carrie.
Well, that was my take on it, is I'm used to this. But Sue says, I don't want to sit in the front. Here's a trick. When no one's in them, reach up and lower the seat. You can just do that.
That's just a little hack.
The entire row that we were sitting on all followed suit and
it's
did
a great
that.
idea.
So there's a nice little hack. So there you go. This one from Brooke. Feel free to use my name. Here are my things that must go. Me thinking that you're saying nature buddy, nature pal whenever you introduce intern Nick.
Hey, nature buddy.
Nick's your buddy.
Nick's your pal. For some reason, she's hearing nature.
Nick's your buddy.
All right. Things that must go. Easy open Ziploc type packages where you pull that strip of plastic off the top, and it's not far enough down to be below the seal. Yes. Yeah. This makes it impossible to open the package.
I hate that.
Also, me wrapping my own Christmas presents for Christmas so I can pretend to be surprised by my family Christmas morning. Thank you, Brooke. Lords and lady, feel free to use my name, Jason. 2 things that must go. This trend of bars and restaurants charging $10, $12, and even $15 for a cocktail must go. I understand that it probably contains some sort of fancy simple syrup and some sort of fancy bitters, but I'm a cheap ass and I don't like having to spend that much on a cocktail. I know that I don't have to buy those particular cocktails, and I don't, but it also seems like even basic cocktails these days are still $8 to $10. Please, for the sake of my wallet, bring back the cheap cocktail. I understand what you're saying, but just like movie theaters, that's where the bars make money.
They can't make any money on the actual alcohol. It's against the law.
They're not. Yeah, movie theaters aren't making money on the movies. They're making it on the concessions. Same with restaurants, and so that's how you support them. The Utah legislators compromise on Prop 2. It's not what we voted for. It's overly complicated, and it's going to make it harder for people in pain to get the relief they desperately deserve. Thank you, Jason. This one from John. RFH Lords and Ladies saying, during the next break, we're going to do something cool. And I think, are they going to do that cool thing during the next commercial break? Damn, I wanted to hear that, but then they do the cool thing after the commercial break, and I get to hear it after all.
What?
Because we call it a break.
Or
they think the break is when the commercials are, not when we're talking.
Or RFH Lords and Ladies saying, after the next break, and I think they're talking about the commercial break or break, it seems to be a live segment. What is the definition of break? Commercial break or live segment break, John? Both.
They're both breaks.
They're both breaks. I'm sorry.
It's a commercial break or a...
Yeah. But would we really do something while you're listening to commercials in here that we wouldn't do that?
Just you can solve that by just listening all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you won't miss anything. Yeah. And if you miss it, the podcast. You can go there.
Or if you miss it, tough.
One thing for me, I think I'm doing great with buying Christmas presents, and I think I'm getting close to being done, and then I'm this close to Christmas, and I realize a whole bunch of people I haven't bought things for yet, and running out of time to do it.
Yep.
Hello, Radio from Hell Gods. It is I, Nathan. Here's my list of things that must go. Bringing your pets into places that serve food. I was in a Maverick the other day, and some person had their dog in their arms whilst they browsed the hot dogs. I don't want dog hair in my jalapenos. Leave your overgrown rat in the car. Well, no, don't do that either. Just leave them at home. Don't bring them inside. Number 2, billboards of poor design. This is a pet peeve of mine, too. When you place a billboard and lettering that's too small to see, you've just wasted your money. I can't read it anyway. Hire a professional graphics person to design your billboard. Oh, it happens even when they do it.
Yeah, that's true.
If I can't read it, I can't tell what you're advertising. I work in retail. I understand that I have chosen a career in which I'm required to work many holidays. Please stop saying to me, gosh, they make you work on Christmas Eve when you are in my store shopping on Christmas Eve. Understand how hypocritical this sounds? And the Utah legislature, people who voted for Prop 2 as written, listen to your constituents and stop pushing your own agenda.
Yay.
That's from Nathan. And finally, this from Meg. Good morning. Every time you read these, I feel a sense of relief, and I want to join in. So here you go. Group text you can't get out of. I've never been incarcerated, but I have been part of a group text. The school moms have them, and within about 2 minutes, I have 15 texts from a bunch of people I don't know, and I can't stop them. Weezer's version of Africa must go.
Yes.
That's on the list every week. Terrible neighbors. One dude who's just a jerk to be a jerk. Stop calling the cops when I park on the street so I can shovel my driveway before I drive on it.
Wow.
Annoying, vague, and misspelled social media posts. Learn to spell correctly. Stop bragging about your kids and your supermom status. It's not reality. Just say it. Thank you. See, I already feel better. Meg.
There you go.
All right, this one. Watching Bridges of Madison County during my girl week must go.
What?
I was thinking, wow, I'm getting older. I should really be thinking about babies and falling in love again. This will be a great movie. Nope. Although I do feel better after my chihuahua licked my tears from my cheeks. Now, I don't know if I want damn kids. I mean, I truly do, but hug that if I have to make a decision between my one true love, freedom, happiness, and having a family. No, Gina, I don't think you can have it both ways.
Sure you can.
No. Oh, by the way, Gina, I love you, but my chihuahua's name being Queso must not go.
Oh, 'cause
yes,
it's cheese.
is that delicious. And no, I wasn't going to consult you for my baby puppy names. My smaller baby chihuahua is Vino.
I like that.
Thanks for letting me listen, Ash. And then this one, say my name, bitch.
Whoa.
Things that must go New York style. Anyone visiting New York City who takes advice on where to eat from someone who has only visited New York, this must go, is not exclusive to New York City and should be applied to all the places you visit. Don't take advice from past tourists. Only take advice from locals. What I'm talking about is the predicament I'm put in when I have acquaintances who are visiting. I grew up in Orem, but I have resided in New York City for 10 going on 11 years now. Oh. More often than not, I have visiting acquaintances who insist on eating somewhere because a friend of theirs highly recommends it. Now, if I suggest someplace better, I look pompous or unaccommodating. Your friend is wrong. Only trust the locals.
Makes sense.
And while we're at it, for crom's sake, walk faster. Our sidewalks are how we get around. They're our freeways. Slow walkers to the right, please. The ridiculous L train isn't running today, so I'm late. And here you are in front of me, shuffling down the sidewalk like you're effing Gina or something. Just know that your New York City friend who's walking with you to that awful restaurant that your tourist friend recommends is humoring you by walking at your slow pace as not to offend your middle America fat ass. Bill, you're a fine piece of man meat.
Whoa.
Wow.
Please come to New York City and get me pregnant with your babies.
Whoa.
Yours forever, Derek.
Derek. Best must go of the year.
There you go.
Things that must go on the
8:57 right now. Traffic, Gina, real quick, and then we'll
Then we'll move along.
move along.
Get back to you later,
Nothing
Derek.
to see here.
There's debris. I don't know what kind, but it's in the road. Northbound I-15 at Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. The right lanes are closed there. We've got a medical situation. Northbound I-15 at the 200 North off-ramp. Crash northbound I-15 at Parish Lane in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 6 South off-ramp. Crash eastbound 126 South at 2200 West. And a crash northbound I-15, 4th North and Orem. I gave you that one already. That's traffic.
All right, thank you very much. Let's see. We got boner fight coming up. Stand by for that. Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating and Air.
You know, Scott Hale, really nice. They gave away furnace Really great furnace.
And don't you want to do business with somebody that does nice things for people? So if you need your furnace serviced, maybe you need a new one, adjust your humidifier, call Scott Hale.
You will be delighted with the service that you get from Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Discuss your options. If you need a new furnace, if you know you need a new furnace, and everybody does at some point, discuss your options on choosing the right heating system for your home. Speak with Scott Hale. He'll give you an opportunity to discuss all of the options, what's right for your home. There are all kinds of, people, they live in a place and the furnace gets old. Well, they don't know what the new things are, and there are many new things. Call Scott Hale first. 801-264-HALE. That's 801-264-HALE, or go to scotthale.com.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
Somebody sent a picture, tweeted a picture of, I was talking earlier about my strange gum obsession when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked to get under the tables at restaurants, and I would take gum from under the table, already chewed gum, and I would chew it. And I also liked the way the gum looked underneath the table, the restaurant table. It was pretty. It was kind of like a abstract art. And somebody sent a picture, Kara Jane Prower sent this picture of this gum wall.
I've seen the gum wall.
Well, and I was going to say, why didn't you bring this up? Because I remember you talking about this. It's in Portland.
Like a whole alleyway that's just covered in gum.
Yeah.
It just I don't know how it started.
Didn't occur to you to bring that up when we were talking about it before.
No, I forgot about it until she.
Is this the one? Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It is like an entire alleyway. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
You would love it. You
Yeah.
should make a pilgrimage.
So this shows you why I thought that looked so cool when I was a kid.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We get a picture frame, no picture, and we set it up somewhere, and every morning you put your gum there.
Well, it's just the same kind of gum all the time.
Then there's the challenge. You'll have to switch up gums.
I'm sorry, it's Seattle. It's not
Seattle.
Portland.
Seattle?
It's Seattle.
Okay. Maybe we should have a gum. I think this is a good idea. Let's have a gum picture frame in here and invite guests when they come here, if they're chewing gum, or let's just say, anytime Richie invites a guest to come to the studio, say, and we'd like you to be chewing gum to add to our gum frame.
Yeah.
And we'll make a piece of gum art.
Yeah, but then are you going to be tempted to?
No, I'm over that. I'm over that obsession where
He won't try to pull the gum off and eat it. No.
But I think it'd be nice to have a piece of gum art.
What color of gum is this? Not even aware. It's blue. Okay, so my contributions would be blue.
Well, does it stay blue after you're done chewing it?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of gum is it?
Orbit. You like the Orbit?
That 5 gum?
Oh, 5.
No, I only bought Orbit because it was at Costco.
Yeah, that's why.
And now they carry the 5 gum.
I chew the Orbit that I get it at Costco.
And this is cobalt flavored. I have no idea what that is.
What does a cobalt taste like?
Minty.
See, there's the gum I was chewing.
That's
earlier. It's kind of
green, but
pale,
not really.
pale green.
Yeah.
Pale green. Smells so good.
All right, there you go.
Gum fetishist.
So is there some? Well, you're kind of handy, Carrie. Maybe you could make the frame.
I'm busy.
Carrie's redoing his house.
I'm busy with the basement thing.
Utah's most trusted newsman on X96, Radio from Hell.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
Your potty break song today. Live in studio, here they are, Sammy Brew and KJ doing Our Garden.
Put an offer on the table, 'cause the space in my head is running thin. I've been worrying about the new age, all these things we're gifted and what we have to say. The world doesn't want to listen to my reasons as to why I am how I became. Are feeling heavy, they laughed that you were mine. I was told my chances, they are endless, but that ring, it just seems too far out of sight. So I'm going back to our garden just to see how you've been. I put an offer on the table, 'cause the space in my head, it's running thin. Ooh, it's running thin.
Wow. Nice.
Thank you.
Sammy Brew and KJ, and you guys are Kilby Court tonight?
29th of December.
29th of December.
Yes. $10 at the door, $8 advanced.
Where can you buy tickets advanced?
We have a link online somewhere.
I believe.
Somewhere.
That's
Come on, Sammy. Tell people where to find you.
Business.
SammyBrew.com.
There you go.
I'm sure it's
There
on
we
there.
go.
That's BRU, right?
BRUE, yes.
BRUE. Sammy Brew, BRUE.com. And Kilby Court, you've played there a bunch of times, right?
Yes. And
Goes
they've
well?
always been bangers.
Goes well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you doing anything for Christmas? Just family stuff?
Just family stuff, yeah.
You gonna have KJ over?
I'm sure he'll be over rehearsing later that day or something.
Yeah, not invited for dinner or anything. It's just rehearsal.
Yeah, it's just rehearsals.
Yeah. What are you doing for Christmas, KJ?
I'm not sure. Probably family stuff.
You may want to check on that.
Yeah, I should probably.
It's coming up pretty
It's
quick.
coming
here.
quick.
Tuesday.
I know, I didn't realize how.
Do you know where you live?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I'm up in Ogden.
Okay, good.
Well,
Good.
Sammy, we had Sammy on the show. What was the first time we had you on? Were you 13?
13?
Maybe 13, yeah.
Yes. Still wearing the hat. Had the long hair down to my belly button.
Have you given up the hat?
I was
His head's
actually
too
talking
big
about this
now.
later. Yeah, my head's too big, and I can't find that right hat that fits me. You know, like.
Let me help you.
Yeah, please.
I'll give you a hand.
I've been going to Gorns Brothers, but
I'll introduce you to my
haberdasher.
haberdasher in Pasadena.
Yeah, Richie, what's up?
Well, so this is also Corey's community and concert calendar. So we do have to sponsor this.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by Muse. They are going to be at the Vivint Smart Home Arena on the 28th of February.
The day before Sammy Brew
No,
is at.
they're the 29th of December.
Oh,
Muse is the
February.
28th of February.
Gotcha.
If you would like to receive the Corey's community and concert calendar, you can text the word events to the number 33986, and you will receive it every Wednesday at noon. And plus, you can listen to Corey O'Brien middays here on X96 between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And I'm going to try and blow through these really quick.
Okay.
The Redux Nut Cracker is at the Kingsbury Hall through the 22nd of December. You can get ticket information at odysseydance.com. You can join Radio from Hell and all of Broadway Media and lots of other folks too, but we're the important ones at the Road Home Mediathon tomorrow morning as well as Friday morning.
That's Mediathon.
Yeah. 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. For a complete list of needed items of what the folks at the Road Home need, you can go to x96.com. If you're not going to be able to make it down or you don't have any items, you can go to x96.com to make a cash donation as well. I guess it's online, so not necessarily cash. Or if you're looking to volunteer time, you don't have money or goods to give, you can come down and help out while we're there or any other time. They also have a design a sign night at the Handlebar SLC. If you've ever wanted to your own sign that you yourself have designed and styled and made out of real wood, it's design a sign night at the Handlebar in
People
Salt
like
Lake.
an activity at the bar.
I suppose.
I saw this the other night on my way to the complex for the Nightmare Before Xmas, but the winter walk at the Gateway, tons of lights, lots of stores open. It's closed down to cars from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you want to enjoy hot cocoa, hot toddies, and winter walk drinks, come to the Gateway Friday night from 6 until 8 p.m. And then finally, on Monday, we skip over to Monday, the Santa's Christmas Eve Parade and fireworks up at Snowbird. You can find more information about that at snowbird.com. Again, that's Corey's community and concert event calendar. You can text the word events to the number 33986.
All right, thank you very much, Richie. We got
laid it down.
Yeah, he did.
He does. He lays things down all the time. He usually forgets where he puts them, but
so do I.
He lays things out. And Sammy Brew on the 29th of December at Kilby Court.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you guys for letting me do this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
listen,
I don't know any Christmas songs.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Next time.
You should
come
learn.
back next year with a Christmas song.
I will.
You should always have a Christmas song in your repertoire. At least
I know.
one.
I need at least one.
Just one.
I did Silent Night with my family at church years ago, but
I'll bet you could do your vocal range. You might be able to do the John Lennon one. Happy Christmas, War is Over.
Ooh.
You have
Try that one. That's a request.
We'll get that one handy.
All right, that's a
All right.
request. I'm writing it down. Thank you.
That one. Thank you, Sammy. All right. We'll be back with Boner of the Day. Stand by for that. Quip. Getquip.com/X96 is the website. And when you travel as much as Sammy does, you want to have a nice toothbrush that travels easy and clean. with a multi-use cover. This is perfect, actually, and it'd be a good gift for the holidays. Sensitive sonic vibrations, gentle enough on your sensitive gums. The Quip electric toothbrush, a built-in timer with guiding pulses to remind you when to switch sizes, because I don't think that people really necessarily brush long enough. Usually we just get in, we get out. It is the gift that keeps refreshing. It's one of the many reasons I love Quip. They have over 5,000 verified 5-star reviews. Quip looks like a big-ticket tech gift with a stocking stuffer price, starting at just $25. If you go to getquip.com/x96 right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush, but you don't have to tell your giftee that. That's the first refill pack free at getquip.com/x96. Do the /x96 to make sure you get the deal and that we get the credit.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah, and I grew up listening to alternative music in Utah.
like the suburbs.
Which one?
Apache Junction. What do you care? Now get off my lap.
You are really Santa, right?
No, I'm an accountant. I wear this thing as a fashion statement, all right?
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Just quickly.
Oh, yes.
Friend of the program sent in this text. Holy cow! I'm not sure if anyone's called this in, but I-15 northbound is shut down to one lane in American Fork, the Main Street exit. The reason that is a bunch of coal has spilled onto the road.
Oh, that's okay. It's probably just that good, clean Utah coal.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
They clean the coal. It's clean.
Very clean coal.
So, holy cow! Apparently, it's really bad. So avoid that area.
All right. Thank you very much, Gina. We do have a boner fight coming up to determine boner of the day. We'll get to that in about 6 or so minutes. So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
I was very interested in this story that I saw. Apparently, as the debate over the teaching of evolution in public schools continues.
There's a debate?
Well, yeah. New controversy over the science curriculum arose this week in a Midwestern state. Scientists from the Evangelical Center for Faith-Based Reasoning
this is not going to go well.
are now asserting that the long-held theory of gravity is flawed, and they've responded to it with a new theory of intelligent falling.
Is this
Things
an
fall.
onion? This is an onion story, yes?
Well, the headline is Evangelical Scientists Refute Gravity with New Intelligent Falling Theory.
It sounds like a...
Things fall not because they're acted upon by some gravitational force, but because of a higher intelligence, God, if you will, is pushing them down.
Well, I didn't come from no monkey's butthole.
Yes, it's an onion story,
how
followed
so?
up by humanity surprised it still hasn't figured out a better alternative to letting power-hungry a-holes decide everything.
My favorite onion story from yesterday was dog eye boogers just wiped back on dog. and I have done that.
Yes.
Who goes?
It's a miracle. What are you going to name it?
Noting that it has tens of thousands of years to develop a more agreeable option, humankind expressed bewilderment this week that it is yet to devise a better alternative to governing itself than always letting power-hungry a-holes run everything.
Praise the Lord.
The owner of an RV dealership in American Fork is offering a helping hand to people devastated by wildfire in California. The Camp Fire in Paradise killed more than 80 people, wiped out about 14,000 homes, leaving many people sleeping in little more than tents. Mark Black's friend and neighbor Barry Relaford is among those in Utah, originally from Paradise, and he knew there was a need for a solid roof over people's heads out there, and he reached out to Black, who immediately donated a motorhome. Relaford then got the word out further. Donations started rolling in, so many that he was able to purchase 3 more trailers from Black at cost price. They've driven out 2 already, and 2 more will start the journey today. They're hoping more will follow suit and are asking anybody with an old, relatively functioning trailer or RV to donate it, if possible. Even if it needs some work, the folks at the dealership will fix it up and get it ready to go.
That's nice.
Yeah. If you want to donate cash toward purchasing more trailers, Relaford is working or getting a partnership to set up with the Butte County Taxpayers League or nonprofit in California. In the interim, it's Stewart's RV in American Fork that's doing
nice.
that. Yeah, it's a nice thing. I think, Carrie, you saw that there's not going to be a shutdown. The White House signaled on Tuesday that President Trump was going to capitulate on his demand for...
Somebody pulled him aside and said...
It's not going to look good if you're going to be...
Not paying people over Christmas is not going to look...
While you're golfing in Mar-a-Lago over Christmas and people, if you shut down the government, it's not going to...
From newsman Buzz Burbank, leader Mitch McConnell says Senate will pass stopgap government funding bill that does not include the $5 billion Trump wanted for his wall. Government employees will not get furloughed or go unpaid at least until February 8th.
It's pretty clear that Donald Trump is not going to get his signature campaign promise fulfilled.
Whoa. And Mexico's going to pay for it?
Not going to happen. There is not going to be a wall built. And Mexico is not going to pay for anything. Although Sarah Huckabee Sanders has had the gall to stand up and say, Mexico has already paid for a wall being built.
We've already started. They haven't started.
They haven't started anything there.
No.
There have been some prototypes of possible ideas put up in an area down, I think, in Texas or Arizona somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like 6 or 7 panels of possible things that they might do. But nothing.
I wasn't able to build the wall, but I'm going to lock up Hillary. I'll get to that one.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Great job.
A guy eating oysters at an oyster bar, Rich Antosh, ordered his usual New York City's Grand Central Oyster Bar, famous oyster bar there in Grand Central Station. But on that particular day, his lunch came with something a little extra, a pea-sized pearl.
Oh!
Mr. Antosh got the $14.75 pan roast, which the New York Post describes as a stew-like dish that comes with 6 Blue Point oysters. And as he was eating, he felt something odd in his mouth for a fraction of a second. He said, oh, man, is that my tooth or a filling that's come out? And then what he saw, what it actually was, he took it home, initially without telling the restaurant that he'd found it. He later called to tell the staff, and the executive chef said that in 28 years, it's only the second time he knows of that a diner has actually found a pearl in an oyster at the oyster bar.
And do you have to keep it? Do you get to keep it?
Yeah. He hasn't had it as appraised yet, but an expert said that even with its imperfections, it's probably worth about $4,000.
Wow.
Nice, huh?
That paid for his meal.
It sure did.
See what I did there?
And miners in Canada, in the far reaches of Canada, announced that they have found a rough diamond, a yellow diamond, 552 carats, the largest diamond ever discovered in North America, and the 7th largest diamond ever found.
Oh, there it is.
It's about the size of a chicken egg.
X96.com/live.
It's uncut. There
That'd
it
be
is,
too heavy to
uncut.
put into a ring.
Yeah, but you could probably handle it as a necklace, couldn't you? Yeah, it's from the Rio Tinto Group and Dominion Diamond Mine. They found the diamond, which will be given to a partner to cut and polish. It's unclear how much the diamond will eventually fetch. The report pointed out that a 36.80 carat diamond was recently sold at an auction house for $1.3 million. It's labeled a fancy yellow.
Maybe Kanye will get it for Kim for Christmas.
I bet he does. I bet he does.
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
And she'll take it to Paris, and then the rest will be history.
That's right.
All right. We have the winner from round 1 going against the winner from round 2. Number 1 was, it was the perfect disguise for a porch pirate, an Amazon driver in North Salt Lake. And that's the perfect disguise for somebody who wants to steal Amazon packages off of people's porches. And that's what he was doing. He was caught, and most of the people, I think all of the people who had their packages stolen by him, had their packages returned. And that went up against the winner from round 2. It seems that the American Preparatory Academy was operating beyond the books, as Chris Jones reported on Channel 2. They just... it's astonishing. They use taxpayer money to simply do what they... It seems they just did what they wanted to do. The fire department said, you need some land for a access road so the fire department can get in there. And they said to this adjoining business, well, we want this land right here for the access road. And the company said, well, no, we're not going to sell it to you. And they said, oh, yes, you are. And they just started put up a fence and cutting a road. And it's just, they ended up... And then they sued, and it's just awful. They used $500,000, pretty much of taxpayer money, It's pretty horrible. Number 2.
All right, you've got to decide which one of these two candidates is the worst and therefore deserves to be boner of the day. 1 or 2. Remember that candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text, and you text that to 33986. Again, that single digit in the message is all we need so the computer can count it. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com. Look for that box that says Boner Fight December 19 and vote there. Got 300 seconds. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
Gina's back. So anyway, so anyway,
Carrie walked in and he said, "You're walking like some of your."
You're walking like somebody who had their guts ripped out.
You're walking like your insides are all wrong.
You know, because she was doing this.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Carrie, and then I said, "Wait, I'll tell you on the radio." What you should never do is go on message boards about surgery.
You should never go on message boards about anything. I don't care if it's the Incredible Hulk or surgery.
Well,
you just don't.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
But you're curious, you know, you want to hear what other people's experiences are and what their recovery is. And
what happened?
And, well, before the surgery, I went on a message board and somebody was asking the question, you know, well, what fills in the hole where they take out what they take out? And
there's a hole there.
Well, the response was.
Well, now
the response was
the uterus is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And Gina's uterus weighed 43 pounds, which is
amazing.
It was the size of a medicine ball.
It was prize winning.
I'm a size 2 now because but they remove it, and the way the person in the message board explained it is, well, it's picture just having a big bowl of spaghetti and just taking a big scoop out of the bowl of spaghetti. It just kind of fills in where the hole is.
But that just takes a second.
Like spaghetti.
Kind of goopy.
You just watch the spaghetti fill in. It just takes a second.
Like biscotti.
So this is what I'm picturing my insides are like, a big bowl
Is
of
biscotti. Well, they're very much like that. Yeah. You know, surgeons train on spaghetti. Yeah, you didn't know that?
They do meatball.
They do. Delicious marinara sauce.
They do. That's why there's so many fat doctors.
And then they all have lunch. Well, we've trained on the spaghetti. Let's eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm picturing when they're wheeling me into surgery.
And you know what they did with your uterus?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
There's lunch. Who brought the marinara?
And so also on the message board you look at, you know, what's recovery like for this.
Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And
no, I'm sure it's speedy and efficient.
It's different for everyone, but the worst one will be
on the message
what
board.
Gina has.
Well, I mean, it can't be the worst because I'm back to work now.
There will be people. There have to be people on the message boards who say, "Oh, I was cleaning my house 3 days later."
Yeah, there's that.
Why I ran a marathon.
Right. And then there's it's been 3 months and I still feel like crap, and usually the truth is somewhere in between.
Can we use the term vaginal prolapse in any? I don't know. Is that do we need to use that term?
We shouldn't.
Somebody's posted it. I don't think we should.
That's the thing that happens to the women that have 15 babies.
Oh.
And the uterus climbs out on its own.
That ain't no damn good.
That's what that is.
That's where that needs to be fixed.
But it's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
something?
Well, yeah, what are they going to drop you on somebody else's head?
How can they drop me onto my own head?
No, not onto your... what? Damn it, are you f***ing with me?
Ever wonder what Bill Allred is thinking at any given moments? Follow him on Twitter at RFHBill. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:35. Time now to award Boner of the Day.
Brought to you in part by a really gooey hamburger and some blistered beans and a couple of Manhattans, and I was set for the night.
Wow.
And X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. The Road Home provides shelter, support, and housing for single men and women. Drop off coats, boots, and blankets at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. And join us for the Road Home Radiothon this Thursday and Friday.
Tomorrow and Friday.
Tomorrow and Friday, yeah.
We'll be there both days. All right, we had Boner candidate number 1. The perfect disguise for a porch pirate would be disguise yourself as an Amazon driver and steal from people's porches, and that's what the guy in North Salt Lake did. But he was caught, and the presents were returned. And Boner candidate number 2, it seems that the American Preparatory Academy, they used your tax dollars and fought a bad fight, and nobody seemed to be watching them. $500,000 in a botched expansion plan. Taylor Johnson won the Boner t-shirt, and the winner, Boner candidate number 2. It seems the American Preparatory Academy was operating kind of beyond the law.
That's your Boner of the Day for December 19, 2018. Since we are not doing Boner of the Week, it is not qualified to be Boner of the Week.
No. Now, Ben Dieterle has joined us here in the studio. Ben is a very nice guy who has a big Buddha head in his front yard.
Yes, I do.
And a big heart.
And a big heart, he does indeed. And you may remember the story of the Buddha head being vandalized some time ago. How long ago was that, Ben?
It was about a year ago.
And the Buddha head on 9th East, and many of you may have seen it, 1917 South, 9th East, right in the front of Ben's house. Ben went out one day and found that it was a terracotta Buddha head, right?
Correct. Yeah, it was a terracotta head, and I walked out one day with a friend, and there was a big hole in the face area. The nose had been smashed in. It was hollow inside, of course, and there was a huge rock laying nearby.
And now this is a Buddha head that you'd had your eye on at Dancing Cranes for some time. You wanted to purchase, and
was that when I got it? Oh.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of like there's actually a little Buddhist theme to the story. I went to Dancing Crane, and they had a Buddha head there, but it was like way more expensive than I could afford. And so I kept waiting, and then it never went down in price, and so I hired a local sculptor to make one for me. He tried 3 times, it kept collapsing because it was too big. It was a bigger project. And so the last time he called me and said, "Look, I'm done with this project." I went back to Dancing Crane, and they were changing ownership, and they had the Buddha head on sale. Oh. And so I was like, wow, I'm going to get this. So I took it up to the checkout line, and the guy came out who owned the store, and he said, "Well, actually, I have 2 Buddha heads. And if you'll buy 2 Buddha heads for just a little bit more, I'll give you a special price."
2 for 1 Buddha heads.
Yeah.
And it's big, too. How big is it, really?
Yeah. It's like 4.5 feet tall and about
it's really big.
3.5 feet wide.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
See, I don't get that scale from the pictures that I've seen. I didn't realize how big it was.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can see a picture of it there.
And it's fairly heavy, too.
Yeah, it's like 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so you got 2 of them.
Right. So I got 2 of them. And, the kind of moral of the story for me is I started out that day with no Buddhas and ended up with 2 by the end. So you never know what's going to happen. So I put 1 inside, put 1 in the backyard, kept it there for several years. And then a friend and I decided that it was kind of selfish of us, me having 2 Buddha heads and only me and my friend seeing it. So we decided to build a shrine and put it in the front yard for the community.
Nice. And then somebody vandalized it.
Yeah, 2 months later.
Yeah. But then you got it repaired.
Well, what we did was we thought about repairing it, but that seemed like we might be back where we started because it's still terracotta. Yeah. So I hired a sculptor. He took my good one to his studio, made a copy of it, did a little modification with the head so he could do a little top knot there because it's a little different on top. And then he produced a new one made out of reinforced concrete.
So it's heavy now, and it's heavy and it's got
not going anywhere.
Yeah,
it's got a big, beautiful shrine around it.
Right.
And now you've done this 9-day circle of giving. Tell people about that.
Sure. Well, what we decided to do was, it's the holidays, and everyone cashes in on the holidays one way or another. So we figured, why not us?
Why not Buddha?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And so we decided that who better to give presents than Buddha, right?
Right.
Santa gets his
Yeah.
thing, so we let Buddha. So we, some friends and I have organized this 9 days of giving, and we put the word out to friends of the shrine and also the community, and people have been dropping off presents that basically it's very simple. We're going to put presents out every day, and people are dropping off presents, and if you need a present, come by and grab one.
Oh, that's so nice.
So any kind of a present.
Yeah. Just this morning when I walked out, someone had dropped off some skincare products, and just for
They
anyone.
they can be wrapped or not wrapped, or what do you?
That's correct. I'm wrapping most of them, but if we wrap them, we write boy, girl, or man, woman on outside so they know what it's for. But otherwise, we're just putting them out there, and people are taking them.
So it can be, if you want to wrap them and leave them, you can.
Correct.
Or they can be unwrapped, and just leave them there, and then you'll take them in at night.
Correct.
And then you put them back out in the day, and if you need a present, if you're kind of, you don't have any presents, and if you want a present or you need a present to give to somebody, just take one.
Exactly. It's a neighborhood where people walk around a lot, so walk by and just take a present for yourself.
That's so nice.
It's 1917 South, 900 East, and you'll do it through when, Ben?
We're doing it up to Christmas Eve if we don't run out of presents. We've already given away 200 presents. We have about 100 left. So
wow.
Yeah.
But you can always use more to give away.
Absolutely.
So if you're that's really a cool thing.
It's very nice.
It's just kind of a circle of giving.
Thank you. And we do have a GoFundMe page too. If people just want to donate some money, we'll buy presents with those.
Oh, that's even better.
So where do you find? How do you find that?
It's GoFundMe. It's if you go to the Buddha on 9th page on Facebook, there's a link there.
Okay.
1917 South, 900 East, the 9-day circle of giving. Buddha on 9th. 1917 South, 900 East.
Buddha on 9th is the Facebook page. You'll find the link to the GoFundMe there.
Ben, it's a pleasure. I'm glad I've gotten to know you at the Zendo down at Art Space. And
yeah, well, thank you very much. It's been great getting to know you.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Ben.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carrie and Gina, too.
Good works. Good works.
And he gave us a copy of a picture of
the Buddha.
It's really nice.
Thank you.
So nice.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
We will take a break. We will be back. While we're speaking of doing good works, you care. It's important to not idle your car.
Yes.
They say longer than 30 seconds, you're doing damage.
So when you're in line today for your burger at the drive-thru, turn off the car.
Or just go inside.
Yeah.
Go inside's even better. Yeah.
Carpool too. Carpool to the drive-thru.
You can do that too.
Trip chain. Think about your day before you go out. Okay, how do I make the least amount of space between trips?
Or take public transit if you can, even just one day a week if you can, or just simply a bike or walk, or just stay home. Just stay home. Visit UCare. That's UCAIR.org. UCare.org. And find out more about how you can save the air. We all need to do it. UCare.org.
X96, Downtown Alliance, and the Gateway present Salt Lake's biggest and funnest New Year's Eve celebration.
helped our party this year.
A wet I didn't go, so I didn't know
Yeah.
there wasn't a wet T-shirt contest.
There were
Happy
some
birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame.
there was some talk of having one, but then it was nixed.
It was more of a gathering than a
party.
Party, really?
Yeah, it was a conclave.
Yeah.
It was.
Merry Christmas, movie house!
So tomorrow.
This is our last show here in the studio.
Well, don't be so wistful. We'll be back in the studio. So the
next year.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
It's the last one until next year.
I know, but she sounded wistful.
I'm a little wistful that it's the
Why?
last. I don't know. I miss you
Why?
guys. Jeez.
You'll see us tomorrow. God.
Not in the studio.
Yeah. I won't see you in the studio until next year. Yeah, but you'll see us tomorrow. And if you want, I'll come over to your house sometime during
Over the holiday?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that magical time of year again.
It'll be a Sunday when you ran out of booze and the store's closed,
Yeah.
won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'll
That's
shoot
when you
for.
come to my house.
Generally. And I'll wear a mask because there's usually a lot of germs there.
We got mono in my house.
So tomorrow, the road home, which is on, it's between 2nd South and 3rd South.
It's just
And
it's just
it's-
south of the Gateway.
Yeah, and it's 350 West, right? Yeah, 350 West, essentially. It's right down there. You go down and like you're going to run into the Rio Grande station. and you
210
turn
South
right.
Rio Grande Street.
Yeah. Oh, 210, right, not 3. 210 South. So, 210 West. So, where are you? Oh, we park in the Gateway.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the new thing that we've done for 3 years.
Yeah,
now,
it's
so.
not really. Well, when we've done this for so long, that's
Yeah.
still a new thing. Now, I'm on our website right now where you can donate right this minute if you want to. There's a Road Home banner there. You can click and donate immediately. So far, we're in the lead with donations, but we shouldn't get too comfortable because the day of the broadcasts, inevitably, some sports figure or rich person that listens to KSL donates a bunch of money. So right now we're in the lead because it's about raising money for the homeless, but it's also about beating every other radio station. So
I have every year lately I've been getting nervous about the fundraiser for the road home, and this year I'm worried that people are thinking, well, the shelter isn't there anymore, or they don't need the money anymore because we're shipping the homeless out of state, or they've busted it up and they're shipping them away. We need it more than ever, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
New shelters are being built. Things are in a state of transition and flux. Affordable housing is almost impossible right now in Salt Lake. As if you were listening earlier, talking about this woman who just needs right now. All she wants really right now, the main thing she wants is a mattress for her son. But she's struggling to find affordable housing, and she makes $15 an hour. She has a job, she has insurance, she has a car.
she could afford rent, but it's not just about that. It's that darn first and last month rent. Coming up with that chunk of money at the beginning is hard for a lot of people.
She was living, she told me when I talked to her on the phone, I called her about just getting her a mattress. She was at one point living in her car with her kids. And the road home helped her at that point. When she finally got her on her feet with a job, now she's living with the father of one of her children. But that's not ideal, she said, because they're not close. I mean, he's letting her live there, but
It's not a permanent.
They're not in a good relationship.
Situation.
But she can't afford anything. There's nothing affordable.
So the best thing you can do is go to x96.com and donate money. Yeah. That's the best thing you can do.
And if you'd like to join us at the road home tomorrow or Friday, we'd love to see you. Bring stuff.
I think today is the last day you can take stuff to Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers. Is it today or
Yes,
tomorrow?
Today.
So gather your stuff today and take it to a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. That's also at x96.com. You can find a location. That's another easy way to do it. And before we go, I need to listen to this.
We now return to How David Lynch Stole Christmas.
Hello, I got you a present. It's a thumb.
Don't look away. Let the fear wash over you.
I don't understand.
That's the whole point. Now, did you leave a plate of black coffee out for me?
No.
In the future, please leave a plate of black coffee out for me. Also in the past.
Yeah.
Also in the past.
Twin Peaks.
All right then.
Now is
right.
Carlin going to be here tomorrow?
Yes, he will.
So does he know where to find Santa Claus
knows-
as a black man?
It's in our system.
Really?
I think he put it in there himself. I don't know.
Is Donde está Santa Claus in there?
That's in here.
All right.
He knows where it all is.
Okay.
He is the Native American shaman of board operating. You know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show,
We'll be broadcasting live from the road home, located at 210 South Rio Grande, collecting your donations to help out those in need this holiday season.
Stop by, say hi, and drop off your donations. For a list of needed items or to make a donation online, go to x96.com.
that's all on Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Good enough?
Huh?
All business taken care of? Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm Titular Fawn.
Corey is next.
Kicking off nothing but great tunes for 60 minutes. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding is on X96.